Let's
I
go.
think we are.
One,
Yeah,
two,
see
three,
Latrell in
four,
the
live
chat.
guys. Let's go. Let's go. We got people. We got the homies in the chat. What's going on, guys? What's going on? Bob said first, but
Yo,
out with friends at an Indian restaurant, bro. I mean, good for you, Bob. I mean, you better be fucking.
nice.
You better be able to fucking. You got to drink some water, bro. For the Indian food, you need some water. If you're not used to it, bro, let's go. We got Larry CTM in the house. Let's go, Larry CTM, bro. I'm hyped for this card, man. I can't wait for this card. Like
Hell yeah.
12 fights on the card. I mean, it feels kind of like okay. I mean, 12 fights. I prefer like 14 fights on a pay-per-view card. I mean, the main card's like okay. The prelims are fine. I mean, prelims could be better. I feel like. What's the best
Yeah.
fight on the prelims? You feel like?
Damn, I'm I'm pretty high on Andre Lima, but because he missed weight, I don't know anymore. I
Yeah,
think
he missed weight
like
by like four
Kopylov and
pounds, right?
Almeida.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, now for me it's Kopylov and Almeida for sure. I think.
Yeah, the 4 pounds, bro. I was shocked. I was like, maybe he's probably gonna miss by like, cause you can tell when the guy that does the weigh-ins, you can tell that he's gonna
Yeah.
miss weight, right? The way his body language was appearing. But missing by 4 pounds, bro. I mean, yeah, I was watching. I went back and rewatched the weigh-in show because
That's
I wasn't able
bad,
to catch
dude.
it live. But yeah, I mean, it was like 4 pounds is kind of bad. I mean, it's not even like him. He's the one taking this fight on short notice. Like that's the concerning part. But yo, let's go. We got MMAFightRealm in that. We got Latrell Spencer in the house. Let's go, guys. Let's get into it. We got Grimy. We got Cover in the house. Let's go, Cover.
Oh
Yo,
man.
have you seen the clown show Firearm on YouTube?
The what?
He'll
The
like
clown show?
the clown show. Yeah, I
I've
don't know
seen
if you.
like yeah, like not full videos of it, but it's like it's popped up on like my trending like on
Yeah,
YouTube. So I've clicked on it
dude's hilarious.
because
You
I
seen that stuff?
yeah. I've seen some. He trolls pretty well though.
Yeah, he's pretty. He knows how to like get people talking, right? Like he's good at
Yeah,
that.
he gets under people's skin for sure.
Yeah, I was on the clown show like last night on the live stream, and I was talking to this Ron Robin King. I don't know if the guy tags you in his videos too. This guy Ron Robin King, he does like 20 cent
No,
round robins. It's kind of annoying, but shout out to Ron Robin.
nah. I'm not
All right, guys,
tagging those.
let's
Yeah,
get into it now. Let's
I
get
think you're the
into it.
you're the more famous one.
Which one? Nah, not yet. You should just go after MMA Guru and those guys, bro. Lucas Tracy and those guys. Like
Dude, they're probably
that's
tagged in
the
everything.
yeah. Yeah. All right, guys, let's go. We got 12 fights to get into, and we got I mean, we got some good fights here. The first fight's gonna be a banger. I feel like, right?
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
First fight's gonna be fun, man. Let's go. Let's bring it up now. Oh, there we go. No. I got it all fucked up. Okay, there we go. All right, guys. First fight on the card. You want to start with the first one, Chris? Mitchell
Yeah,
Reposo taking
man.
on Andre Lima.
Yep. All right, man.
You got
So Andre Lima, there was a lot. I had a lot of good things to say about him. He missed weight, but I wonder. I don't have the exact stat on how many like
six five
fighters who
five
go
five
on.
and five 5-5 in their last 10 fights.
Oh,
I
really?
think that's the stats. Yeah.
So it's pretty even. Okay, that's good then going into this one. All right. I thought it was more like of an advantage for fighters who miss weight, but that's decent. So then, I mean, yeah, 5 knockout finishes for Lima. He's been to decision twice, so he's got cardio to go 3 rounds. He had some pretty dangerous. He showed his kickboxing in Contender Series. He had dangerous kickboxing stand up on Contender Series in that fight. The guy just he wanted nothing to do with him in that fight. Like he was running away. He had his opponent on the back foot the entire time, and then against Igor Severino, he got tested in the grappling for sure because he got taken down several times. Igor Severino's grappling, I rate it very highly. I think Igor Severino is UFC caliber. He just made a huge mistake, and we're talking about
He's
guys
probably
like
never getting called to the UFC ever again. Or you remember
right, right,
Paul Daly? Remember Paul Daly from back in the day?
yeah,
He punched his sucker punched his opponent after the bell, and he never got that an opportunity to the UFC ever again. So yes, I don't think Igor is coming back.
exactly, yeah. And I mean, he'll probably do well in other promotions, but we're talking about guys who are like 25 years old. Like Andre Lima's 25 years old. He just turned 25 3 months ago. So like they're very young in their careers, and he's had very good fights. He's shown grit. I like what I've seen out of Andre Lima. But yeah, in that Igor Severino fight, he found his way back up. He worked his way back up with athleticism and submission get-ups. I think the dude is just he doesn't accept being on his back when he's getting taken down. Mitch Reposo, not much of a grappler in the first place, though. I think he's taking this fight on short notice as well, but supposedly he was preparing for another opponent.
Contender
And
series, right? I think we're supposed to see on a contender series this year.
yeah, and he's got good boxing from what I've seen. He's got good boxing. I think this fight is gonna play out on the feet. And Mitch Reposo, I think he's gonna try his chances, landing body shots on Andre Lima. He has good body shots, but Andre Lima's got the kickboxing. Andre Lima's had the longer camp. I don't know, man. I lean Andre Lima in this one still, despite the weight miss.
Do you think it's concerning that this is the third guy that he's fighting now? Like, he was supposed to fight Ray Park, and then Tim and Dembro, whatever his name is. So now he's
Well,
fighting
so
Reposo.
the thing with Tumen Dembro, whatever however you say that name,
I think we got it right. I
I
think that's
thought
what he
he
said.
had good stand up as well, because I mean he was Mongolian, like so they come from that culture where they don't back down. So I mean, I thought he was gonna I thought he was gonna be a serious problem for Andre Lima. I thought it was gonna go to decision in that fight, but now Reposo, I think someone's getting finished in this fight. So I
You
think
think he knocks him
one of
out? I
these,
mean,
yeah, I
Reposo
think
has a good
both
chin
of
on
these
him,
guys
though.
go out on their shield, for sure. So they leave it all out there, and I'm leaning Andre Lima in this one. Maybe by a late finish, maybe like a late third round finish.
Yeah, I think Andre Lima probably wins. I mean, we've seen him fight better guys out there too. The best guy that Reposo fought was Jake Hadley. I mean, credit to Reposo for winning that first round on Contender Series because he looked good. He was mixing in takedowns, striking Jake Hadley on the feet. But Jake Hadley obviously has better BJJ than Lima, but Lima can grapple. I feel like he can grapple. Doesn't he have a black belt in BJJ, from what I heard?
Yeah,
He
yeah,
doesn't really use it though, but he
he
can
earned that
grapple.
not too long ago as well. He just recently earned that, so
Yeah, I think he's gonna have better BJJ if they go to the ground.
for
Reposo's
sure.
submission skills are not really there, and if he
He was
was
trying
fighting
an
in
Almeida
LFA, yeah, if he was fighting in LFA or something like that, like after that losing to Jake Hadley, I'd be like, okay, this guy is actually out there testing himself, fighting decent guys out there. But the guys he's out there fighting, bro, I mean, like he took this can to a fourth round.
dude.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know. I'm just not
the
sold on
fights he
Reposo
took
right
after Hadley, right?
now. Yeah, and
The
he
fights he
also,
took after
yeah.
Hadley are just very winnable fights, in my opinion. You should be
Also, he
winning those
trains
fights.
out of New England Cartel, right? Those guys haven't done well. As much of a fan I am of New England
Yeah,
Cartel, I want to see those guys win. I'm a big fan of New England Cartel, but they're 0-4 since that Rafon versus Corey Sandhagen fight, and I just feel like they're not improving their skill set over there.
for
Um,
sure.
I'm gonna
Calvin
go Lima
Cater.
too. I mean Lima, but do you think his price tag at -300 now almost is justified now? Like it's kind of crazy at this point.
Nah, yeah, it's gone. It's gone. If you were trying to bet on this guy, I think maybe you should look for a prop at this point. And I lean. I think this. Some people. I know Reposo coming from that New England cartel background, he might drag it out to a decision, but I can see Lima finishing him in the third round. So if you're looking for a
Yeah, I like
prop,
Alima to win in over 1.5 rounds. I haven't bet that, but I was thinking about making like a long shot prop parlay. Because I feel like it's
yeah.
gonna go over 1.5 rounds for sure.
Oh, yeah, I think it's gonna go over 1.5 as well.
Raposo's pretty tough, man. I mean, submission defense is lacking. I mean, he gave up that submission pretty easy in that Jake Hadley fight. Didn't really keep his shin tucked and wasn't really fighting hands at all. Like
Yeah,
that's
you could
concerning.
even bet the submission, man. Lima, I think Lima by submission is like plus 500 on
I'm not
DraftKings.
betting. I don't think he has any submissions. He might get his first submission ever, but yeah, I have Lima in a parlay, so I
You
think
could
it's just
pull
yeah.
the
I
gilly
parlayed
on
him. I
Poirier's card
parlayed him when the lines opened up. I was like waiting for the line to open up. It was like -200, so like the line got kind of steamed probably because Reposo was taking this fight on short notice. But yeah, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
Lima. I think Lima probably wins. Lima right now is -285. Yeah, yeah. He opened up -205, so line got steamed right away. Even though a lot of people, I've seen a couple of people picking Reposo this week, but
yeah,
the line's just not really reflecting that. But I mean,
yeah.
Lima is
And his
not that
fight game
impressive
isn't
though.
either. His fight game
Lima,
isn't reflecting
Lima,
that
even
either,
though
man.
like he's got 8 fights in the like 8 fights in MMA, he's not like crazy tested. So this is a we're gonna see Lima is really that guy right now because of that first fight. I mean that UFC debut that was competitive. I mean he was getting taken down. DraftKings has these bets where you can do Reposo to get over 1.5 takedowns. I think it's like -135. You think that hits? I was thinking about it. I don't know if I'm gonna place that bet.
Who know? I mean, that's the thing. He's
Go for
shown more
takedowns.
boxing. He's been favoring his hands lately in his fights, and I think he might try himself with Andre Lima. But who knows? He could shoot for the legs as well. He was known for doing that on the Ultimate Fighter. So I
Yeah, they
honestly
said he wrestles for
have no idea.
for the state or some shit. I don't know which state he wrestles for,
Yeah, some
but
whatever.
yeah, I don't think that means much these days. Like UFC, I mean, most guys can wrestle. They have a pretty good get up game now. Like in
Yeah, it's
2024,
MMA.
it's not like 5-10 years ago where you just take guys down and they're fish out of water unless it's like to Spain or some shit. Like, but most of these guys they can work their way back up.
Right.
Yeah, we're both going with Lima. I'm going by decision. You're going by third round TKO or like submission finish.
Yeah, just a finish. Yeah, I think he can get it done on the hands, but he could also, he could pull a Gilly. I think he can definitely catch Mitch, shooting for takedowns. He can catch him in a submission. So we could see either one of those in the third round,
I
though,
would pick
for
him by
sure.
like finish, but that contender series fight, he wasn't really trying to finish the guy, right? You remember that Jenny Dim guy? Like he was
Yeah.
controlling the fight and just wasn't really like trying to finish
Yeah,
him
but
at all.
the guy just wanted nothing to do with him either, though. Like
That's
that
true.
guy
That's true.
for a
Jenny Dim
contender series fight. I
was
think
okay.
that guy just
He
didn't
finally,
understand the
yeah,
rules.
Jenny Dim finally like pushed the pace in the third round. Like then he finally like started pushing forward, and then he was having some success in the third round. But yeah, he just wasn't really fighting in the first 2 rounds. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Larry said Jacob picked the Carnelosios a lot. I mean, it hit. Credit to Jacob though. It hit. I mean,
And it
like
hit, dude.
I bet that hits is a good bet. Doesn't matter how
Yeah.
you get it. Doesn't matter how it hits. I mean, if it cashes, it cashes. Even though it's like she's getting her ass beat.
Yeah, like I've been mad about that Gilbert Burns Jack Della fight still
Yeah,
to this day,
I
bro.
was so happy. You could
60
tell like I
seconds,
was so
bro.
happy.
60 seconds, bro.
He was losing that fight. I was trying to say second round. I mean, JDM was losing the third round, but second round was kind of close
Yeah,
because he was like I was striking him in a couple of exchanges. But yeah, JDM, bro, Shavkat's probably gonna be fighting JDM, right? Didn't Buckley call out Shavkat now? Like Buckley's calling
and
out Shavkat
Buckley,
now.
I don't even know where he's. I don't. Buckley's out of his mind with that one too, man. I don't know, but that
I'm
isn't
gonna
his
keep
weight
beating
class. That isn't
Buckley.
his weight class, and he's shooting for the top. So if he thinks he could beat Shavkat, props to him. But I don't know. I feel bad for anyone that has to fight Shavkat right now. I think he's on point.
Because he beat the guy out of Uzbekistan, right? I mean, is he from Uzbekistan or Kazakhstan? I think Uzbekistan. So he probably thinks he can beat this guy from
Yeah,
Kazakhstan. But yeah, yeah. All right,
sadly mistaken.
let's go to the next fight now. So we're both. I'm going with Lima by decision. Chris is going with Lima by finish of some type. I mean, he could get a finish. It'd be nice for him to get a finish in this
In the
fight.
third round, yeah.
He should not be taking this guy to like decision. I mean, maybe you can look at third round by the third round or decision for Lima. You're probably gonna. I think you can get like plus 135 on that.
Yeah, I'm leaning submission.
All right, let's move on to the next one now. Next fight on the card, we got Eileen Perez taking on Jocelyn Edwards. I mean, Eileen Perez looked good, man, on the way at the weigh-ins. I mean, Jocelyn Edwards actually had some trouble making weight, right? Like she needed the boxer's shame.
Yeah, box
I
of
mean, she made
shame.
weight. She made weight. She made what was it like 136 or some shit? It's bantamweight, right? Yeah, bantamweight
136, yeah.
136. She made weight. I mean, but
Eileen,
she had some
Eileen
trouble.
made championship weight.
Yeah, and she also worked off her. So,
Yeah.
she's in fighting shape right now. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Perez, man. I don't really like. I was considering betting on her, like, because the line's not that crazy. I mean, most of the people on this fight card, like 3-1, 4-1, like 6-1, like 5-1. Like, I just tipped over 2.5 rounds. I think it goes the distance. I
Dude,
don't think Perez is gonna finish her. Jocelyn
yeah.
has been finished by submission before, like early, like what, like 10 years, like what was it, like 7-8 years ago? It was like a long time ago. I think
Hmm.
she's getting better. Like I mean, if you're fighting the UFC, you're gonna get better. Like even though like her takedown defense sucks. Like it's pretty terrible. And Perez, I mean, she has taken down every girl she's out there fighting. So Yeah, I do like Perez here, but I don't know if I can bet on her. Line's actually
Nah.
not now. Like the line actually came down to like -180 now, so I think it was like -180 before the wins, and after the wins, the line went like some money came in on Perez. So yeah, I mean Edwards
Yeah.
is like not really like a powerful striker, so I'm not really worried about Perez like getting hurt in this fight. She's probably gonna win the first few rounds of the grappling, and then she's probably gonna get really tired, and then give up the third round like she did in the Lucy Pudilova fight. But yeah, I mean, and also like Edwards is really low volume. That's how she lost the Nora Cannoli fight. Even though I thought she won the fight, it was like it was close, right? That fight. I mean, she should have won that fight. But yeah, she just
Yeah.
wasn't any volume. She just trying to
I thought
grapple.
she, it was very close. I thought she could. I thought she did enough to get it done, but karma might have played a role there because she lost to
Yeah,
Pudilova
that
in that
Pudilova fight. Yeah, she lost. I actually bet on I think I bet on Pudilova there. I was like
yeah.
pretty shocked. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay away from betting on Perez, but I don't blame anyone because she should be like 10-1 right now. Like her only like the legit loss was the Stephanie Egger fight, and
She
the other
blew it.
fight was
Yeah.
like yeah, this other fight was kind of bullshit. I think she's taking this fight serious. They already fought outside the octagon, right? Didn't Edward sucker punch her or some shit like that?
Hmm.
I mean, so they got some beef going into this one. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Perez by decision. She could be live for like a late third round submission maybe, but I don't think she has the cardio to really get a finish in later this fight goes. And I don't think it's gonna be easy submitting a girl like Edwards. Edwards is pretty terrible though, so I obviously got to go with Perez. We all want to see her win, right? I know you
Yeah.
guys want to see her win too, but who you got in this one, Chris?
Yeah. And I think the line moved down because of things that you said. Fighters, they get better in the UFC, and both of these two, they've had their fair share of fights in the UFC now, so they're probably gonna they're probably gonna cover their holes in their game even more now coming into this fight because they got that what happened backstage at the UFC PI. I think Eileen Perez, she made 135. She looks very serious. She
Yeah.
looks like she's taking this fight very seriously. Um, she knows that she's got to go 3 rounds, and I think that's everyone's concern when you are betting Eileen Perez, or if you are picking her, because she's shown that I thought she was winning that fight against Egger up until, well, she was getting caught in some reversals, but
Edgar actually has nice BJJ though, so it's like it's not
yeah,
shocking.
she was
Got her
getting
in this
caught in
one.
some reversals, but you know she was doing exactly what she's been doing, and that's taking her opponents down. But she's gonna do that again. And Jocelyn Edwards has time and time again failed to show that she can cover a takedown. So we're going up. It's grappler versus striker here, in my opinion. Jocelyn Edwards is very pitter patter. That's how she's won the majority of her fights. I think in my personal picks video, I brought up some stats. She landed 164 significant strikes against Ramona Pasquale.
But
And I
this
don't know who's
significant.
doing.
I mean, I don't think
Yeah,
she's
I don't
landing
know.
anything significant though.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know who's doing the tally for that,
Yeah,
but that is ridiculous. Like that, if you watch that fight back, Ramona Pasquale looked fine at the end of the fight. Like, I don't know, man. It is what it is. But that's how she wins her fights. Pitter patter strikes all the way up into a decision. She has good cardio. That's what I would say. Um, but she's failed to been able to defend a takedown. So Eileen Perez, strong grappler. Can she do it for 15 minutes is everyone's concern. And I think because of that stuff that happened backstage, she will know that she has to do this for 15 minutes. And I'm leaning Eileen Perez in this fight.
do you have money on her? Did you actually bet her, or just you just think she wins?
I I didn't.
Trust
I
her with
think
your money.
I didn't bet her at all. I actually have no bets on this fight whatsoever. But if you are gonna bet this fight, I think it goes over 2.5. Or I don't know if that line is already gone. But if that
I
line is
bet it at
already
minus
gone,
280. It wasn't terrible. So the line came down. It was like minus 320 early in the week. Then some money came in
okay.
the under 2.5 rounds. So like people are talking about how they have beef, so this might go under. I don't know. Like I don't think Perez really has. I mean,
Nah,
her jiu-jitsu is not really crazy good. So you might be able to get a
yeah,
ground and pound, but I don't know.
she might look to just beat her up for 3 rounds
She
and
has
drag
nice
it out.
top control though. She has good top control when
Yeah,
she gets the takedowns. But yeah, she couldn't really finish the other girl, right? Just who was that girl she fought? After like came back after like 2 years off.
Lucy I
Uh,
think she fought Lucy.
the
It
other
was
girl she
Stephanie
fought.
Egger and then Lucy.
Stephanie Egger, not that one. Eileen Smith, right? Smith or some shit
Oh,
like.
yes. I know who you're talking about. I got it
Let me see
written
if I
down
can
here.
hear her up here. I can't remember her name. It's like so
Evan
forgettable.
Smith. Yeah,
Evan
something
Smith,
Evan Smith.
yeah.
Ashley Evan Smith.
Her cardio actually looked better in that one because I don't think Smith was making it work for the takedowns. Yeah, I think
And
Perez is
she was
probably
like
win.
36 years old.
Yeah, she's
I think
like
Evan
super
Smith,
bad.
yeah.
She should not be fighting in the UFC. I don't know. She's still fighting in the UFC.
Yeah. She's like 6-5 at the time when they fought in the UFC. It was not a good opponent to judge against. I think Jocelyn Edwards smoked Ashley Evan Smith, and let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
But
Smith's pretty terrible.
yeah. Like
Of course, that are the
Eileen
fights
Perez
tomorrow
though.
already. Yeah, the fights are gonna be tomorrow, bro. Let's go. I'm excited, bro. I haven't got the pay per view yet. I'll get the pay per view though, because this card, I feel like, I mean, is it worth $80? I feel like it is. I mean, just because the main 2 5-round fights. I mean, Strickland versus Costa is gonna be a good fight, and that main event's gonna be okay. I mean, I want to see Sarukian versus Islam more, but it's not gonna be
Yeah.
terrible main event. I mean, we got some like undercard could be better. I feel like 14 fights could make it better, but we got 12 fights and we got like that Gillespie and Brown fight's actually gonna be lit, bro. I think that's gonna be one of the better fights on the undercard. Um, Morono
For
versus
sure.
Nico Price is probably gonna be terrible though. But it's gonna be exciting, man. Let's go. We got Nate Brown gifting a membership. Let's go, Nate Brown. I appreciate that, bro. Let's get some W
Hey,
in the chat for Nate
shout
Brown,
out
bro.
Nate
Let's go.
Brown, man.
Always supporting the community, bro. Let's go. All right, guys. Let's move on to the next one. We're both going with Eileen Perez. I mean, you might have to fade the OnlyFans, bro. I mean, you never know. She might be making too much money on the side. Um,
Nah, man.
she's also looking for a boyfriend. So if you're down to like take care of her son, I guess she'll take you in. So just so you guys, if anyone's looking out there. All right, guys, let's move on to the next one. So Perez, what's the line on Perez now? Um,
I think she
minus
was like a
185.
minus 180.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, it was minus 185. Like early today in the morning, I was gonna parlay the Perez money line. I was like, should I do it? I
Like a
get
long
burned on the
shot.
women's MMA so many times. I just couldn't get myself to do it. But I just took the over 2.5 in a parlay. I think that's better. I use the DraftKings boost. They give you 25% boost depending on how many legs you use for a parlay. So I use that for the
Oh, okay.
over 2.5 in this one. I think that parlay is probably pretty solid. All right, let's move on to the next one now. Next fight on the card is gonna be Mickey Gell taking on Basil Hafez. I mean, you can start with this one.
Yeah, man. Mickey Basso Hafez is one. I think he's one of the bigger favorites on this card, right? I mean, 8 out of 12 fights, there's like a over 2-1 or plus 2-1 or more favorite on this card. So, really chalky fights. Basso Hafez, he's a prospect for sure, but I think the line is a little blown away for this guy. But I am going to speak very highly about him right now. So I just want to mention that though. Hafez, he's very good. He took on Jack Della Maddalena, one of the top 10 in the welterweight weight class right now, to a very tough decision. Exposed him a little bit, and he kind of laid out the blueprint of how to beat Jack Della Maddalena, which is take him down,
You
force the
better hold him
wrestling.
down for all 3 rounds.
Yeah, you
You
gotta,
better hold this guy
yeah,
down for
man.
all three
He
rounds.
Exactly, man. And he was able to do that for a good portion. I think he had something around like 6 minutes plus of control time in that fight. And he fought to a tough decision, and he only had like 4 days to make weight. There was tough things to consider in that fight. He's got, you know, a lot of wins by finish. And despite all of that, he's 8-4. So the record it
Doesn't
doesn't
look
really
good,
speak
yeah. But
too
he's been fighting.
highly of
He's been
himself.
legit guys out there. He's not crushing cans out there.
Yeah, yeah. But he's 32. So, I don't mind him, I think 32, 8-4, he's probably found himself right now. I think if he hasn't found himself, then why are you in the UFC? The time is now for him. And they gave him an opponent like sort of like a thank you for fighting Jack Della Maddalena on short notice, because Mickey Gall is 7-5. Mickey Gall hasn't fought in 2 years. He's coming off a back surgery, and he's been just a grappler, and that's it. He has no knockout wins. He's very one dimensional. If you are a subscriber to my channel,
Yeah, go
I do
subscribe,
not
guys.
like one dimensional
I got the
fighters,
channel
man.
linked in the description. So if you guys want to go sub, make sure you guys go sub to our boy.
Yeah, man. I don't
Let's
pick
go.
one dimensional fighters. I do not like, even if it's one dimensional in the stand up, I'll mention it as well. I do not favor one dimensional fighters. I think Basil Hafez mixes it up a lot more, or he's a lot more willing to than Mickey Gall. And Mickey Gall, he might have been working on some things in 2 years. I'm sure he has. He's been training at Kill Cliff. There's a lot of savages there. But Basil Hafez, I think he brings it, man. He's got grit as well. He's gonna go out on his shield, and Mickey Gall has never knocked anyone out. He's got good submissions, but the majority of them are rear naked chokes in the UFC. So he hasn't really shown anything spectacular. Basil Hafez has wins by a Kimura, armbar, triangle choke. He's got submission games of his own. So, and I think they matched up in a grappling match somewhere back in the day. I've
Did
been
they really?
hearing that
I
on
didn't catch
people's
that.
breakdowns. Yeah, I've been hearing that in the YouTube surface. So, and Basil Hafez won that.
I
So
mean, see, this guy's
even
on
more
all the secret
confident.
juice out there, bro. This guy's
Yeah,
diving all
even more
Let's
confident
go.
in this pick. I'm going Basil Hafez, man. I think he gets it done in a spectacular fashion. I think he could sub him. I think Basil Hafez by finish here, or I
I
think
like him by
yeah,
KO, bro. I feel like you can get a ground and pound in
or like
this
a
fight.
ground and pound. Yeah, ground and
Yeah,
pound KO is
it's
very
plus
likely as
300. I
well.
call that as a that's prop. That's my prop of the week's plus 300. Basil Halfz by TKO. If Diego Sanchez can TKO a guy like Mickey Gell, I mean, you're telling me that Halfz can't do it, even though he's only got like one KO win. That's probably why the number is that high on the KO.
Right.
But 2 years off from the game, man. I mean, I don't think he's gonna go. I don't feel like he's just gonna grapple him for 3 rounds. This is the UFC doing him a favor, giving him someone that he can get a highlight reel on and build a
Right.
name off. So I mean, I don't think the UFC really cares about Mickey Gill. I mean, if Mickey Gill is
Nah.
out there listening to this breakdown somehow, I mean, bro, I mean, don't take it serious, bro. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's gonna get finished in probably in the first round.
Tough
Halfis
fight to
can
come
also
back
go
to.
for takedowns, though. Yeah, Halfis. Yeah, people are gonna. I mean, I was expecting people to look at the record, right, on Basil Halfis, but I guess everyone's gone back and watched that JDM fight, so it might be recency bias. Bro, what happened? Like, what if he just didn't get tested? Now that he's getting tested by USADA, I mean, there's no USADA out there, so I don't think it matters anymore. But
No, you saw
they
it.
don't test you
Yeah.
right when you come in a short notice. Like, they don't really test you like at
Well,
all.
that short notice, I don't think so. I don't know, but I don't know what the rules are for that. I'm sure they go off of some recent test that from the other promotion that he came from, right? They need something. They need something.
Yeah,
Cause
and he said yeah, half his record is kind of shit. Yeah, I mean he's out there fighting kids for UFC. It's not like he's out there fighting in like those promotions that Reposo's out there fighting in, right? Like kids for UFC is like not terrible. Like LFA is better than kids for UFC. These promotions, or at least we know what these promotions are. Like some of these other promotions that are posted out there fighting, and I have no clue where he's fighting. Like those promotions, never heard of them. And half is actually looked. I feel like he's getting better. Like he's actually now he's gonna be getting even better. He's making money in UFC now. He's gonna get better. I feel like he's gonna look better because he took that fight in short notice, right? That JDM fight. Now JDM was making some mistakes out there. Like I had JDM by KO because I had no clue half his was. So I mean, everyone. I feel like everyone in their fucking mom's basement had KO on JDM there because I was like, I didn't really do my research on half of it. I should have done my research, but I didn't really do my research. I was like automatic JDM bet because I bet Randy Brown. I bet I mean JDM over Randy Brown. Also, it's also like if you can go out there and like finish Randy Brown in the first round, He's gonna finish Halfz in the first round, but MMA math doesn't work out sometimes. Yeah, I think Halfz can get a
Yeah,
KO. I think Halfz the only way see Halfz losing if he loses somehow, like which I don't think is likely. If he gets tired wrestling for like 2 rounds nonstop and
that
he,
could
he
happen.
can't get a finish off, even then I don't think Mickey Gall has a striking to really TKO him. If JDM can't TKO him, like he was close to getting a referee stoppage because I mean he was turning his head away sometimes. But this dude is tough, man. He's tough. He's gonna hang in there. He's not gonna just look for the door. And I don't think Mickey Gall is gonna make him look for the door in this fight. I feel like he's gonna get a ground and pound. He might get a submission. He does have a lot more submissions out there. He's very physically strong. If he gets on top of him, he might look for a Kimura or something. He's got a Kimura before, so submission is definitely live. But I got Halfz in a couple of parlays. I parlayed him early, -275. Then I parlayed him again at -380. I should have just parlayed everything. I should have placed all my parlays in last week because the line got. I was like, bro, I was not expecting the line to be -380. I'll be honest with you. I was like, I think people are gonna look at the record and then people are probably gonna be like, oh, this guy's. Let me take the dog in this one because this guy's got an 8-4 record. But
Right.
I guess
He's
people are
fighting in
not.
his hometown.
Yeah, and now Gal's he's fighting in his hometown, so it's like maybe people are gonna like the underdog in this one. Yeah, I haven't seen anyone pick Mickey Gell out there. I
I
don't.
think
Have
that's
you
like
seen
the one
one?
thing he's got going for him is that he's fighting in his hometown.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna matter. He's not really like a volume striker
Nah.
either, where it's gonna make the fight close on the feet, whereas the wrestling is not gonna matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going by submission or TKO? I'm gonna go by TKO. The finish is only
Yeah.
plus
You know
100.
what?
Like
Yeah, I like the ground and pound TKO more than the submission. I think that's what he's looking to do as well. I think he wants to show the UFC that he is, marketable. So he's gonna go out there try to finish this guy.
if he swings like he was swinging in GDM on the feed, bro, I feel like you can put him down. I really feel like you can put him down because JDM has a chin on him, bro. I think people like don't really talk about JDM chin. JDM chin is actually really solid. That dude can take a punch. Because Burns was
Yeah,
cracking him with some big shots. Those overhand rights for those body kicks. I mean, those Burns actually has some power. JDM's like just eats. He's got a solid chin. I think Halfz, if he lands the same shots that he's landing on JDM, I think he's gonna put him down, put him up. Um,
it could
TKO
happen.
for Halfz plus 275, so the line came down a bit. I think that's solid. That's my prop of the week. It's not like a lock prop of the week. It's like there's value. I feel like there's value on there. I love fading these guys that come back after a layoff, like Grimbo and Brahimas, Brahimas, bro. They like look like shit out there. That is terrible.
Dude, just a grapple fest.
It
Hopefully we
was
don't
it
see
was
that
it was,
with
it was a terrible
Jalton and
fight.
Romanov, man.
It was a terrible fight. I'll be honest. I'm just happy, bro, that because if you had bets on the Grimbo like I did, and you had him as a lock like I did,
He
I
did
was
what
like,
he was supposed to do, right?
he did his job. But yeah, the fight if
Yeah.
I didn't have him as a lock, I'd be like, this shit's fucking boring. Holy fuck, it was pretty boring because
Yeah.
Rahimas wasn't really making it work, right? He was just like, well, he was just okay with losing. I feel like he was fine with losing, right? He was just like he got like he took his back and like one exchange grappling shit, then he's okay with losing that fight. It was just I feel like it's Brahimaz's fault. I mean, Grimbo he's supposed to go out there and win, right? So did his job. I feel like yeah, Hafez should be able to get it. If he doesn't get a finish in this fight, bro, like I don't know. I think the hype's gonna go down if he doesn't finish a guy like Mickey Gill. So he should go out there and finish this guy if he wants to fight on
Yeah.
like if he wants more opportunities from the UFC, like if he wants more favorable matchups. Because I feel like this guy's someone the UFC can build on because he's got exciting
Yeah.
style. He can go for nice splash double leg takedowns. I mean, he can strike on the feet also. He's got a good
He's
durability.
dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've lost. He does a podcast also. I don't know who he does a podcast with on YouTube. I don't know if you ever seen it. He does podcasts
Oh
with
no,
someone. He's pretty like
I
well spoken.
haven't.
I think yeah, they can build him up. I think they're just giving up on Mickey Gill at this point. Mickey Gill is not like yeah, I don't think he's gonna win this fight, and the odds reflect that pretty clearly. Yeah, the TKOs we're both picking TKO by plus 275 TKO for Hafiz. All right, guys. Next fight on the card, we got Full Roll taking on Jake Matthews, man. I'll start with this one. So Full Roll, man. After watching the weigh-ins, I'll be honest. Like I'm still considering pick flipping here because I don't know. This is a fight that I'm staying away from. I think it goes longer because I don't think Rowe's gonna finish him that quickly. If he does find a finish in this fight somehow. I'm still gonna pick Jake Matthews, but just I can't trust this guy. Don't put your money on this guy, especially not
Yeah.
as a favor. I mean, don't put your money on this guy as a favorite. I'm just not sold in Phil Rowe, man. So I don't know. Like he's okay, he can strike. He's got like 80-inch reach. He can like I don't like he's out there like competing and grappling Paul like not Paul Craig. Who's that guy? Craig Jones. Craig Jones, right? Craig Jones.
Yeah.
Other
Very
highly
recently. I
grappler
think that
out
was
there.
his
So
most recent one.
yeah, he still stays really active. Bro, he looked big at the weigh-ins, I'll be honest. Like so I don't know, his fight IQ is questionable though. Like these guys both are like letdowns. If you're betting Jake Matthews as a favor, you've been losing money this whole time. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I just feel like Matthews' pressure might be too much for Phil Rowe. Because when Nico Price was putting pressure on him, he was having more success out there. Like he was almost close to finishing him too, right? In the second on. Nico Price almost finished in the second on, but the
Both of these guys almost get finished in their fights, man.
yeah, Jake Matthews. What I will say about Jake Matthews, though, he was close to being finished in that Burger fight, but he still got up every time. I mean, he kept fighting. Dude's tough, man. Dude's definitely tough. They're both tough. I think this is gonna go to this. So I don't really see a finish in this one. Furo has some nasty clinch work. Like he's gonna throw some nasty knees up in the clinch. Maybe you can catch him with something clean. But I don't think it's that likely. I don't think Furo has crazy power. He like Orion Costa he was gas pro going for this takedown that he's missing takedowns. I feel like Jake Matthews can strike with him. I don't think this is like wash out on the feet. I mean, I don't think Furo is like a crazy good striker where he's just gonna knock him out as. Imagine he goes out there and knocks him out now. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Jake Matthews still, but I might. This is one fight that I might change my pick on by tomorrow. I'm gonna sleep on him, but I'm gonna pick Jake Matthews by decision. But I don't know if he's gonna have a lot of success. And betting my minus 150, I don't think it's the pass. I think it goes over. I actually bet the over 1.5 in a parlay. I think it goes over. They actually changed the over to the 2.5 now because a lot of money came in the over 1.5. So I think it goes like over 1.5 was like minus 175. Now the over 2.5 is actually minus like 200 almost. Like what's the over 2.5? I think it's actually like yeah, a lot of money came in the over. So I think a lot of people think this fight's gonna go over because I don't think Matthews is gonna finish him. So
Mm.
he's pretty durable. Furrow's pretty durable. Who you got in this one?
Yeah, I think Matthews by decision was a plus 150 at one point. I thought that was a pretty decent prop because I'm leaning. We've had the same picks so far. I'm also
You're
leaning
leaning
Jake
it
Matthews,
fully.
man.
You're leaning
Um,
Matthews. I thought you were going Furrow in this one.
nah, man. I initially, going into this, I was leaning Jake Matthews. Like before doing any breakdown, I said, "All right, Jake Matthews, he could get this done. It's Phil Rowe. He hasn't been really that impressive." And then when I started watching Jake Matthews' past 5 fights, it's just some really hard tape because he's getting beat up in some of these fights, man. Like his best, knockout was the Fialho one in his past 5 fights, and Fialho was piecing him up a little bit, and in all of his fights,
Charlotte was on a run back then.
Semmelsberger,
Charlotte was on a
Semmelsberger
run, man.
dropped him three
He was out there
times.
knocking people out. Summersburger, yeah, that Summersburger fight was not a good look.
Semmelsberger dropped him 3 times. Like, I just think, Sean Brady, he grappled him to death pretty much. And that loss to Morales, I think he was taking pictures in there. Like he was struggling with the reach and he didn't show any aggression. So like that's not good because he's going up against a guy who is gonna have another reach advantage and he has 100% finish rate despite who he's fought. It's not the best of opponents, but it's 100% finish rate. It's either
Over Orion
you
Kosi,
know,
who's an absolute fraud. Over Nico Price, a
yeah,
guy that was close to finishing him in the second round. I mean, we can say the
yeah,
same thing about Jake Matthews. This guy's been favored most of his fights out there, and he's been letting people down every time. So
exactly.
you can't really trust Jake Matthews as at
Can't trust
chalk.
either
Like
one of these guys. Nah,
I was
man.
pretty heavy to Morales, man. I had Morales third round and decision plus 155. I was like, I think I was like Matthews pretty tough, man, because I watched that Burger fight and I was like, I don't think Morales is gonna finish him. So I had third round and decision. So I don't know. I'm just gonna pass on betting on each guy in this one. if you're I mean, I know a lot of people are on the fully fresh in this one as a dog, so I don't really can't blame anyone because I mean, might as well if you're getting a dog over Matthews, Jake Matthews, might as well take it, right? But I don't know that I'm just not really I'm not that high on Phil Rowe that much. He should have won that Neil Magny fight, but he's just fight IQ is questionable sometimes. Like I don't know if
No,
I
for
want to
sure.
put
Yeah, I think
money on a
that
guy
Neil
like that.
Magny fight was close, and some people feel like Magny does that. He brings that fight out of his opponents. He brings a close fight, but Magny, I don't rate him highly at all. So I don't know. I think Phil Rowe is really not that impressive, man. I'm leaning Jake Matthews as well. I think he gets it done.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Matthews by decision also. I mean, betting on this fight. I mean, it's like good luck if you're betting on this one. Minus 162 for Matthews. I mean, the lines have gone back and forth. Um, yeah, I mean the lines haven't gone anywhere. Even though a lot of people are on it's crazy the lines haven't flipped at all. Like even though a lot of money is in Phil Rowe in this week, like the lines have been going back and forth because I think everyone knows this fight is probably 50-50. Matthews should be favored, I feel like, because he's got 20 fights in the UFC race, so he's fought the better guys out there. Um, he's actually has a win over Li Jing Liang, doesn't he? Like that's not a bad win, but that was like 6 years ago. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Matthews by decision. So what's the decision? I think the over 1.5 is a good parlay piece to juice up your parlays.
For sure.
Matthews by decision. Bro, is there so there it is. Unanimous decision plus 200. Decision plus 150. Decision still. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass. I don't really trust the guy that much. All right, guys. Next fight on the card is gonna be Grant Dawson taking on Joe Selecki. You can start the breakdown for this one if you want.
Yeah, man. All right. So this is a grappler versus grappler matchup here. You know, sometimes they cancel each other out and they end up striking, but these two are going to grapple. I think these two are going to grapple for sure. Joe Selecki has not shown like much confidence in his stand up, and Grant Dawson, he's shown a lot more willing. He's a bit more willing to strike with his opponents, but he's looking to get the takedown as well. So I think these two are going to test each other. Grant Dawson, his team, American Top Team, they speak highly of him. I don't know if you saw
Moicano,
Moicano's
yes.
takedown.
I've seen that.
Yeah, they speak very highly of this guy. They think he's one of the better grapplers of 155, and he's shown that as well. You know, his only loss is to Bobby Green, who beat him in the stand up, beat him in the most weirdest fashion. Like it was
10
just,
seconds already. What was
it
it?
looked
10
like a
seconds.
jab. Like it looked like something that it looked like a punch that a regular, fan would be able to probably take, but Grant Dawson was dropped by it. So it was crazy. You know, I don't think Selecki is going to bring that to this fight. I think these two are going to grapple, and it's going to come down to who has the cardio, who can make better reversals, and who can do better transitions. And I think the better grappler here is Grant Dawson, despite what, Moicano has been saying, or I think the tape reflects that as well. Grant Dawson, in my opinion, gets it done in this fight. And Joe Selecki, he just hasn't really been very impressive, in my opinion. He's one dimensional fighters. I do not favor in any fights at all, man. He's 5-2 though in the UFC, but I think he's about to be 5-3 after tomorrow, man. Grant Dawson, I'm leaning Grant Dawson in this one, either by finish or decision. I don't know. Where do you think this fight goes?
So maybe third round submission for Dawson because he does have some third round submissions. But I think it's gonna be probably gonna go the distance because Selecki's he's got some of the best BJJ. Like not grappling, I mean wrestling, but BJJ. So he's not bad in the grappling. He can probably survive to a decision. And Dawson's
Yeah.
like cardio kind of falls off. Sometimes his cardio looks really good in third rounds. Like the Ricky Glenn fight. I mean, it's very got 10-8 by Ricky Glenn. Then he got dropped by Marco Madsen in the first round. I mean, getting knocked out by Bobby Green in 10 seconds. I was gonna stay away from Grant Dawson, right? So I was like staying away. I should have bet him at because the line was like minus 400, minus 350, I think early in the week. Then I finally pulled the trigger. I finally threw him in a parlay because I was like, he should not be losing this fight, bro. Grant Dawson, bro, if he is who we think he is, if he's a high level grappler like everyone thinks he is a high level grappler. Because he made who's that guy in that Ismagulov, right? Ismagulov. He made
Demir
Ismagulov look like
Ismagulov, yeah.
he never grappled a day in his life.
Yeah, Jared
Ismagulov
Gordon.
is okay, like it's not terrible. And yeah, I feel like he might get a submission third round maybe. I put him in a parlay with some other chalky favorites on those card. I feel like he's probably gonna win. I don't put him in. I didn't put him in every parlay. It's only like one parlay, so uh, it's
I
like
think
I
he's
don't
the
really.
biggest favorite.
He's one of not other than Islam. I feel like on the prelims, yeah, he's the biggest
Right,
favorite
right.
on the
Other than
prelims.
Islam, yeah.
I feel like he's better, bro, than Selecki everywhere. I mean, he's better in striking also. He throws more volume than Selecki, even though they're both low volume. They both don't throw a lot of volume, but he throws just a little bit more volume. See right there, he has better um like striking defense is pretty terrible, but grappling. I mean, yeah, he lands more takedowns also than Joe Selecki. And Selecki, he might get like one takedown in the first round, but I don't see him getting a submission. And the later the fights go, I mean, Selecki starts giving up on the takedowns when he's not getting the takedowns. He'll be okay with striking, like that Jared Gordon fighter where he just like couldn't get the takedowns anymore. Then he was like just striking with Jared Gordon and getting outstruck because he doesn't throw enough volume out
Yeah.
there. I think Dawson has him covered everywhere. I think Dawson is like a close to being unlocked, but it's like I mean he's 9-1 in UFC, so he should be. I think this is a good matchup for him. This is a good matchup for him. He should not be. If he loses this fight, bro, like I don't know what his future in the UFC is gonna be. Like he should not be losing this fight to a guy that this is the tailor-made matchup for Grant Dawson. And Mike Conor was
Yeah.
saying that Dawson is a lock. That's what Mike Conor said. He said he rolls with both of these guys that he
Yeah,
grapples.
he said he would bet the house.
Yeah, you should bet the house. I mean, you're probably gonna get a car if you bet the house on Grant
Yeah.
Dawson and minus 500. You better bet your
Okay.
house and then be able to fucking afford put a finance a car. Um, yeah, yeah. I think Dawson, like if you want to put him in parlays, I mean, I don't think it's terrible. Um, I like him as a parlay piece more than I like some of these other guys, like these other favorites on the card, bro. Like
Andre Lima.
Lima. Yeah, I mean, at least Dawson's more proven in the UFC. Yeah, I got both of them in parlays. I actually beat some line movement on Lima. I would not bet him. I would not parlay him at minus 300 anymore. Like the line's way too wide at this point. But at least Dawson has like 10 fights in the UFC, right? He's like 9-1 in the UFC, has a win on the contender
Yeah.
series. So he's actually way more proven than Selecki. And this is a good matchup for him also. He should not be losing this fight. I mean, this is a guy that's not really going to be power punching, like doesn't have any power on the feet. And jiu-jitsu is not that good. Dawson should be able to stay safe in the grappling and just control him from top position. And maybe
For
his
sure.
ground and pound's not really there though, so I don't know. I think it goes the distance. I'm gonna pick him on the scorecards. Um, if you like the underdog in this one, Joe Selecki. I mean, if you think it's gonna go the distance, which I think it's gonna go the distance, maybe Joe Selecki plus 3.5. Can he win one round out there? Maybe Dawson grapples in for 2 rounds, first 2 rounds, gets tired later.
Can
But
he win a round?
maybe he can
I
win a
don't
round.
know.
It's plus 160, I think, but I'm not really confident in that either because um, Dawson could just wrestle him every round, control him for all 3 rounds. But
Yeah.
yeah, I
Selecki
like Dawson.
Selecki on media day said that in about that Jakar close fight when he held on to the armbar, he said he would do that 9 times out of 10 if they fought again.
Of course
So
he would, bro. He's a BJJ
that
nerd.
just goes to show, how one-dimensional he really is.
But Corey so was going and Corey said pick him, read the chat. Were hilarious. Stop being soy, bro. We gotta run through the card cover. I read the chat. I read all the chat when I'm like live streaming by myself. But he's got stuff to do later, bro. He's got a birthday party to attend later. We gotta run over this card quickly. But I appreciate the super chats, guys. Let's go.
Well, real. Thanks for the donos for pick
Let's
'em.
go. Let's go, guys. Let's go. All right, let's move on to the next one. So Dawson by decision, but maybe third round or decision, probably not terrible. I think that's like minus 135 because I don't think he's gonna submit him in the first round. All right, guys. Next fight on the card is gonna be Jailton Almeida taking on Alexander the Blob Romanov. Who you got in this one?
Dude, this is one of the easiest picks of this card, man. Just going by the way that Jonathan Almeida was ragdolling Curtis Blades, man. A fighter who I thought was going to test him in the grappling. I thought he was going to at least be able to defend at one of those takedowns. For Jonathan Almeida to finish with 9 takedowns, I think he had 9 takedowns before he got finished in that fight.
I think 18
That's
guns, almost 9. Yeah,
yeah, insane, dude. I think like very impressive. He's only 240 pounds coming into this fight. Crazy that he's just dragging these dudes who are like 260, 265. And Romanov, he's claiming that Jalton is not gonna bring anything new to the table when it comes to the jiu-jitsu. But as far as who's gonna be the minute winner when in this fight, I think it's gonna be Jalton Almeida. He's taking him down. He's gonna be dominant on top position. And Romanov, he's gonna be trying to transition. He's gonna be trying to roll out. But Jalton Almeida is gonna be the faster fighter here, clearly. I mean, look at if you saw both of these guys on the scales, you would have thought Jalton could make, Jalton, these two look like they're in 2 different weight classes. Like, look at that picture, man. It's insane. So yeah,
Jalton's secret juice, bro.
Jalton Almeida, I think, yeah, he could be on that secret juice for sure.
Definitely is, not could be. He definitely is on those secret juice,
Yeah.
bro. I mean, look at Romano, bro. This guy's on that he's on the McDonald's diet every day, bro. Look at that fucking 1 pack right there. You seen him in the scales, bro? I was like watching the weigh just to see what kind of shape he's in, and he looks fucking terrible on the scales.
Yeah.
I mean, he actually looked good in that one fight. Or which fight was it? Was it that Bugo Ivanov fight where he looked better? Or was it that other fight?
But that's the thing. Like his record is very deceiving. That's what I was talking about in my picks video. 17-2. He hasn't been anyone impressive, man. That Blagoy Ivanov fight, Blagoy Ivanov was on his way out of.
I still remember that
period,
Juan Espinova. Who's that guy? Juan, where he quit in that one. Remember that one where he's getting tired and he quit?
Exactly. I think his best fight was his best win, in my opinion, is Marcos Rogerio de Lima when he just took him down several times.
That was a nice submission there.
Dominated him. He pretty much dominated him. But yeah, I thought that was his best win. And look at where de Lima is now in the heavyweight. So it's aging well. But I'm leaning Jalton Almeida in this one still, man. I just don't think Romanov takes fighting very seriously. So I don't know if he's gonna bring anything new to the table. And Jalton Almeida, we know what he's bringing. So I think he's going to be the better grappler here, and I think he gets it done.
Yeah, I think Almeida's probably going to win him. He's got way better BJJ. But what if Romanov gets on top of this guy? Can he get him off? I mean, fuck this guy. Getting Romanov on your top, bro. Like this guy's got better ground and pound than Almeida. I'll say that much. Like those like ping pong, those what are they called? Those fucking huck smash or some shit like hammer fist, right? Hammer fist, yeah.
Right.
Yo, Drew Sober, what's going on, Drew Sober? He said, Rigo raid, let's go. Appreciate that raid, Rigo. Cobra said, Pick'em hates us, bro. No one hates you, Cobra.
Appreciate you.
Let's go. Grimy said they must have made a pact before stream that we won't read this. You read the chat, bro. Reading chat. I'm reading as much chat as I can, guys. We gotta run through the card. Let's go abuse Sabaror. What's going on again? Yeah, Dean said, Nate Brown, you're gonna pound that dude out, or you beefing with? Yeah, who's he beefing? Who's Nate Brown beefing with? That Ron Robin King, or Ron Robin King. I think that's the guy. I'm beefing with that guy too. I mean, I was talking to him, bro, on the live stream on the clown show. I was like, bro, why do you keep tagging me in those videos, bro? Like, it's just of him, Ron Robin, like receipts that he posts. Like, it's not even like a proper breakdown or anything. If you're gonna tag me in the videos, it's just kind of annoying. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. Pick him, laser focus on the picks, bro. He should not be using my channel. I mean, there's so many better channels out there. Like tag, we want picks. I mean, MMA experts, like tag those guys. I mean, I should be way behind on the list right now. Pick him and just talking money, taking money. Yeah. Grammy said, "FightRealm gonna hot dater." Got a hot date later. No, he's gonna go to a birthday party, bro. He's probably got a girlfriend. He needs to beat Darno. Hit rate, yeah. Darno, like he's picking Slecki, Dustin Poirier. It's not even like a straight money in play. He's gonna parlay Slecki, Romanov. Uh, I don't know if he's serious. He might have been too drunk. He might have been too drunk. This guy on the clown show last night. Um, let's go, guys. Let's go. All right. So we're both going with Almeida. I think he's gonna finish this guy. Yeah, I got Almeida in the parlays. I think he's gonna win this fight.
Yeah, I think he's a confident parlay piece in this
I think, yeah, I
card.
see him finishing Romanov, man. Romanov's like, I think he's gonna be on top. Like, he's gonna get a submission off in Romanov. Romanov, like, he's never been sub before, right? But he hasn't really been fighting. Like, the Lima's probably the best grappler that he fought, right? I mean, the
Mm-hmm.
Lima wasn't
For
really
sure.
like, he's actually looking better. Lima's like, doesn't really go for a lot of submission unless he like club and subs. I feel like Amiro's probably gonna get him
So
tired with the takedowns and then probably gonna submit him later. I'm gonna say second.
yeah,
Like, you think's first on submission? He does have a lot of first on submissions, right?
yeah. I mean, the you just popped an imagination in my head of Romanov shooting for the takedown first and just laying and praying on Almeida. I
I
don't
mean,
know, man.
I don't think he has the
What if
cardio to do that. He might
what
get
if
like
he
one
doesn't
takedown.
get it done in the first round? You know, I don't know. Now the first round is a little too suspect for me. So I don't know, man. Maybe he gets it done in the second for sure.
I mean, Mano would just quit sometimes when you like. He's a quitter, bro. He quit in that one Espino. What was his name? I can't remember if I can say his name. One Espino, right? One Espino. He quit in that fight because
Yeah.
he was getting tired in that fight. And one Espino was actually looking better um, in that fight. And he's out there fighting guys like Jared Vendera, Chase Sherman. Lugo Ivana, bro. Lugo Ivana is like only good. Like only thing he's good at is not like getting finished. That's the only thing Lugo Ivana is good at. He's losing in PFO now. At least Dawson Mera has wins over solid guys, right? Like Biggie Boy win. I mean Derek Lewis win. I mean Parker Porter, the goat. I mean, if you're beating Parker Porter, you beat anyone out there. Beat everyone out there. I'm gonna pick over anyone if you pick Parker Porter. Let's get some emoji Parker Porter in the chat, guys. Let's get some Parker Porter emojis in the chat. All right, guys. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the finish. I'm worried he might get a grounded pound too, because I feel like if he gets in top position, like I feel like he's gonna get top position. Romanov, Romanov just covers up, bro. I don't know, like in that Woko fight. Woko was hurting him
Yeah.
to the body. To be fair, then he just quit, bro. Like he just covers up after. It could be like a submission also. Like I'm gonna pick submission, but it could be like a TKO also. What's the ITD? I think it was like minus 110, -110 for ITD for Almeida. Um, okay, it's actually
I'm not sure.
-150 now. Okay, it was -110 early. Yeah, I think he's gonna finish him -150. You might as well just parlay the money line at this point because he's gone the distance only once over Derek Lewis. Because I don't think he's gonna go. I don't think he's gonna go the distance in this fight, but you never know. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the finish for Almeida too. Submission. What's the submission? +140 for submission for Almeida. I think submission probably more likely than anything out there.
Yeah.
Cobra said tag and where on Twitter. I need to get on Twitter. Cobra, I was trying to invite you to the clown show, bro. You should have hopped on the clown show last night. We needed you there, bro. I think we need a breakdown between. We need a debate between you and the clown show. I think that'd be crazy. Nate said, I'll try jump in next clown show. Dean, that motherfucker just streams too late. Yeah, he goes live like randomly. Bro, fuck. I gotta drink some fucking water or some shit. All right, let's move on to the next fight. I made it out by submission, probably like round two. All right, guys. Next fight on the card. You want to start with this one? Cesar Almeida taking on Roman
Oh
Kopla.
man.
Good fight, right?
Really good fight, man. Really good fight here. And Kopylov, he did look good in that fight against Anthony Hernandez up until he didn't. He just got taken down, and the cardio killer, Anthony Hernandez, that's what he's known for being. He got it done in the same way he always does. So impressive win for Anthony Hernandez, but he got it done like he should in expected fashion. So Roman Kopylov, we know, 5-time champion in hand-to-hand combat sambo. So he's got some credentials of his own. I know people are bringing up the glory kickboxing background for Cesar Almeida. Um, and more fights in the UFC for Kopylov, more fights in general, more fights in MMA for Kopylov. He's looked good. He mixes it up very well. He has a good liver kick. He picks at his opponent's body shot, his opponent's body very well when he has his timing. I think Kopylov is dangerous, man. He's fast. I like what I've seen out of the guy, despite he's only really beaten not the best of opponents, but he's knocking them out. He's making them look like they don't belong. I don't think he's gonna do that to Cesar Almeida. I don't think it's gonna be easy, as he's been making it look in the fights that he's winning. But I do think that Cesar Almeida is gonna bring a different element to the opponents he's been losing to, which is he's been getting taken down, like Carl Roberson and very recently Anthony Hernandez. Those guys, Duraev took him down. All these guys, they take him down. Cesar Almeida, I don't know if he's going to try to take him down. I think with that glory kickboxing background, fighting Alex Pereira 3 times, this guy's going to bring some stand up to this fight. And he's going to try it with Kopylov. I think Kopylov favors that. I think Kopylov is going to be faster. I don't know why this line flipped. If you are betting Almeida, the time to bet him was when he was a dog. I think people, because of Pereira's upcoming with that glory kickboxing background, they can see the same for Almeida, but I'm just not seeing it, man. I'm not convinced. 5-0. If you look at the records of the guys he's been beating, it's
I
not
don't think
high
it's really his
caliber.
fault, right? They're giving him these guys to
It's not
fight.
his fault. It's not his fault. That's also true. But he hasn't been really faced up against a guy who's going to, bring some problems on the feet as well, at least some problems. This isn't going to be a walk in the park for Almeida. And it's not going to be a walk in the park for Kopylov either, but I'm going to lean with Kopylov getting it done here with more experience, the faster of the two, the youth, and I think
It's
he's
only
a
three
bit.
years. There's only 3 year age gaps. It's not much of age gap.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean,
Within the three
I
years, they're
think
gonna make a difference.
once you pass 35 as a fighter, it's already like starting to be on that down trend, in my opinion. But some people have outproven that. So Almeida can be one of those, and he's gonna have to prove me wrong tomorrow, man. I just don't know. I gotta lean with experience here. He's the dog. And because he's the dog, I was able to make him my dog of the week. So I'm actually leaning Kopylov for my dog of the week, plus 100. I bet him straight money line for a plus 100. Roman Kopylov. I'm picking him to get it done.
Let me fix my camera. My camera's like bugging out right now.
All right.
So what the fuck happened? You can keep breaking on the fight. I'll fix my camera.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's why I think Kopylov, when he was a minus 102, I thought that's probably where it should have stayed, because Kopylov, he hasn't really beaten guys that impressive in the UFC. But like I said, he's making it look easy. So Kopylov, despite maybe Cesar Almeida beats those guys in the same fashion, but we haven't seen that yet. So I'm leaning Kopylov.
Yeah, we're gonna disagree on this one. I'm gonna pick us Almeida just because I like that he's still making improvements out the trains with Strickland. I mean, you seen the sparring with Strickland, sparring Strickland.
Yeah, yeah, and he looked good at the
Um,
weigh-ins too.
yeah, he's pumped, right? He's like ready to go.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you guys bet on Cesar Almeida plus money, like I got him in a underdog parlay with Gillespie, so I feel like that could maybe cash at plus 110. But I don't have like any serious money on Almeida. I'm gonna pick him because I want to see him win. I want to see that trilogy, and then I mean they already had a trilogy, right? Pura and
yeah,
Almeida, so I don't know if that's gonna happen though, because if he doesn't beat Kopple out here, that's probably never gonna happen. But if he does beat Kopylov, this is a good matchup for him. I feel like. Can Kopylov go out to wrestle him? This guy trains at a
Yeah,
Dagestan, right? I think he went to Dagestan to train. Maybe he can go out there and like grapple Almeida. I feel like if he does grapple, he can have success in this fight. I'm
for
just gonna
sure.
stick to my Almeida pick. I'm gonna pick Almeida. Just looked a lot more experience for Kopylov, so I really can't blame anyone taking Kopylov at plus money now. I don't think Almeida should be the favorite. I'll be honest. I think he should be like -105, and Kopylov should be plus one -115. Just because he's got more MMA experience. But the Roman Kopylov's wins. I mean, his wins. Let's talk about his wins, right? Josh Friend, Claudio
Yeah,
Ribeiro. These guys don't even have a 50% chance of win rate in the UFC.
yeah,
I like Kopylov though. He's actually cast the second on TKO for me so many times over Ribeiro, over Fremd. I mean, this guy just breaks people down. If he finishes Almeida, he's gonna be the first one to ever finish him in kickboxing and MMA. So I don't know if he's gonna finish him. I feel like Almeida can probably catch him with some shots. When you pressure or Kopylov, I think you can have success in this guy because it's not like he's got some of the best striking defense out there. He does have good striking, but striking defense is not as good. Obviously, he's fighting the better guys in the UFC right now. Almeida's only got one fight, so we don't have a lot of a lot of stats here for Almeida to work with. But I feel like Almeida can have success. This is a good matchup for him. I think there's a reason the UFC matched him up with Kopylov, a guy that's gonna be a willing striker here. So I'm gonna pick up Cesar Almeida, but I like if I can't blame anyone taking Kopylov at plus money. I'm not going crazy on Cesar Almeida anymore. Time to bet him was at plus money because only have one fight to look at, right, in the UFC. I actually bet him on a contender series too at live over that guy. I bet him at plus 350 there, but because he was defending takedowns, I was like, if he starts defending takedowns, probably gonna be a better striker. But this is the first time we're gonna see him fight a guy that can strike with him. We're gonna see if he can how he looks in MMA striking. But he's been striking for like over 10 years, so I think it's gonna be more than fine. I'm gonna pick Almeida by decision. I don't really see him finishing Kopylov. Kopylov is pretty tough. He might get rocked with some shots, but he's pretty tough. Yeah, I'm gonna go Almeida, Cesar Almeida. He's not even underdog anymore, right? He's -122. The line's getting steep even more. Wow.
yeah,
I'm gonna go Almeida. I'm gonna stick to my pick. I mean, you see that plus money side on plus money on Kopylov, right? I mean, I can't blame anyone taking it. What's the over? I think it goes over. You think it goes over 1.5 rounds? You think Kopylov is gonna knock him
these
out?
two for sure. It's gonna go over. I think it's
They're
gonna
gonna
go over
strike. Yeah,
one
they're
and a
gonna
half
strike on
rounds.
the feet.
Yeah,
So it's tough betting on over, but I feel like it's gonna go over 1.5 at least, if not a longer.
man, it could be one of those where like they end it just before though too, like where it's about to be one and a half, just about to cash, and then
They're
freaking
both high level
Almeida
strikers, so they
or
can definitely
Kopylov
catch each
knocks
other.
him out. Yeah,
You think Kopylov's gonna knock him out with a punch or a head kick or like a body kick? What do you think?
a body kick. That's what he's been famous for. But
Those
you know
body
what?
kicks are nasty though.
Yeah,
That head kick over Claudio Ribeiro, bro. That was one of the nastiest head kicks I've seen. We saw two head kicks on that fight also. I think Poirier got head kicked right to the shadow realm on the same night. Yeah,
yeah,
that was crazy. But when Ribeiro was pressuring him, bro, I don't know if you remember that first round. Ribeiro was having success in that first round at the end of the first round. So I feel like Almeida's a lot better striker than Claudio Ribeiro. Yeah, we're
for
split
sure.
on this one. All right, let's move on to the next one now.
So I think this is the first one we split on.
Is it really the only one?
Yeah,
I thought we are gonna be split on that Phil Roll versus the Matthews fight. We're both taking Matthews on that one.
yeah,
I mean, it's good to disagree sometimes in fights. All right, let's talk about the main card now, guys. Make sure you guys go sub to our boy Perez the channel, man. It's linked in the description. Let's go. Let's get him to 300 subscribers now.
appreciate you, man.
Let's go, man. Let's go. Appreciate you coming on, bro, for the show. Covers that I've
Always.
at Kopylov. Let's go, man. This is a good show, man. I like the energy. Cover. I mean, it's not a. I don't think it's a trouble bet. Because you're betting a guy at plus money who's got more experience in the UFC, so it's probably better bet than Dustin Poirier by KO. round one. You should have just taken it by KO if you're gonna take this in Poirier. Why take the
Yeah.
round method?
And then Kopylov, now he's a dog. I think he's a really good bet now.
Yeah, plus money. Like if you're getting plus money either side, I think it's good.
Right.
You got 1 unit on Cesar Almeida. Yeah, I think that's solid. I mean,
You got
plus
him at plus money. That's
I
fine.
got him
Yeah.
at plus 110 in like a long shot parlay with like Gillespie and some other guys. So I put that in like last week. It's not like much, only like zero point 0.2 units, like barely anything. If that cash would all win like 5 minutes on that parlay. You never know. I mean, Gillespie win and Almeida win. I mean, that could cash, but not a lot of confidence on that one, of course.
Yeah.
It's a first round could be a starting match. Yeah, I feel like they're gonna fill out the range in the first round. So they're gonna take their time, and once they get their timing, they're gonna go for it. And Almeida's like pretty durable, right? He's never been knocked out. He's actually fought some high level kickboxers out there. So I feel like he can take a punch. Yeah. What's the other? Oh, I think it goes over. I think it goes to the second round. I don't know if it goes over 1.5. Um, I think it goes over, but I'm just probably not gonna bet on it though, because it's risky fight.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a stand-up fight. All right, next fight on the card is gonna be Randy Brown taking on Easy Dos Santos, right? Alessio Dos Santos. Alessio Dos Santos. Bro, this guy's, I think he's got one of the biggest names, right? Like, longest names in UFC right now, like Alessio Gillespie
Yeah.
Dos Santos.
Something. Yeah. Got to be up there with longest names.
Yeah, bro, this guy's a fucking menace, bro. He's only got one legit loss, right, where he got knocked out by Li Jingliang. Like, his other two
Right.
losses are like split losses. And that Renat Fakardina fight. Renat's not really the striker that Randy Brown is. Let's be honest. Like not Bobby Green. I mean, Randy Brown is a lot better striker than Renat Fakardina. Renat, I mean, did drop him in the first round, so I could see Randy Brown catching with something crazy early. But if he doesn't catch him, I feel like this is gonna go longer. I feel like it's gonna go the distance because Lesky, if you can't get him out of there, you can get him out of there like Li Jingliang did, right? Like, but this guy's actually fighting some legit guys out there. Like, he beat Ben was something like a drum for all 3 rounds.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I was so pissed off the referee didn't stop the fight. I had the fight doesn't go the distance. I had under 2.5 rounds. I was like, there's no way this fight's gonna go the distance. And what do you know, bro? That dumb referee just didn't want to stop the fight. So Dos Santos, I think he threw over like 150 significant strikes. That was one of his best performances out there ever, right? Like, I don't think he's ever had like a performance as good as that, other than knocking out Strickland back in the day. But even at 37
Right.
years old, bro, so like he's still really good. Bro, I got like I don't have any play on Randy Brown. I feel like I'm picking him to win just because he's younger and like a couple years younger. I mean, has speed. I feel like has reach advantage. Also, like he's looked better out there. Just knocked out a Salikov, a fight that I
Yeah.
also didn't bet on because I was like maybe because that tournament fight, bro. Like some fights he looks on and off. That tournament fight, that was a really close fight, bro. Like Turman could have won that fight. He actually made Turman look really good, which is why people are out there betting Turman over Jared Gooden because people are like, oh, this guy was really competitive. He could have beat Randy Brown. Let's go bet him over Jared Gooden. And what happened there? I mean, so it's like Randy Brown. He's won 6 of his last 7 or 8 or 7 of his last 8 fights. The only fight he lost with JDM. Um, I don't know. Like I'm gonna pick Randy Brown just because I feel like he's gonna be quicker. He's gonna have more volume overall. But Gillespie can maybe catch him with something crazy, and then maybe hurt him. Like Ronaldo dropped Randy Brown. I mean, we've seen a lot of people drop Randy Brown. This is like one of my lowest
Yeah.
confidence picks on the card. I know a lot of people are really confident in Randy Brown. I'm just not really that confident, bro. I mean, if you lost money on Renat Fakardino like I did, I mean, you're probably not running to the books to go bet on Randy Brown in this one. This is a different matchup though, obviously, but um, I'm gonna pick a Randy Brown decision, close decision. But I can't blame anyone taking the Santos as a dog because this guy's he's got 2 split losses. I mean, split decision losses. His last like three losses in the UFC. So like his only legit loss was that Li Jingliang fight. And this guy's
Yeah.
pretty solid, man. Even at 37, who you got in this one?
Yeah, man. I think that Muslim Salikov win for Randy Brown did look good. They share that opponent, but it's tough to compare because Salikov was like 3 years older at the time already, and I think Salikov kind of has his way out. He's almost on his way out, so tough to compare those two fights. I know Elysiu fought Salikov as well to a close split, and he's been in some very close fights in his past five. But he is very good. He's 10-3 in the UFC, coming off that draw against Renat. You could argue that Renat won that fight, but they gave him the draw. That experienced
No, he got
veteran.
10-8, bro. I don't. I think the draw was. I mean, I wanted Renat to win because I had money on this. Isn't Renat? This isn't. I was on the spread, point spread, -3.5 for Renat to
Yeah.
win all 3 rounds. I
Oh
lost
wow.
like 3-4 units on that fight, bro. I was like, I lost a ton of money on that one. I should
I
have
mean,
just
he
taken
almost
the
got
money
him
back.
out of there. He almost got him out of there in the first. That's what I'm saying. This guy's Elysiu. He's getting into some close fights, and he's an experienced striker. He's got good cardio. That's for sure. He's got good cardio. He pushes the pace. We saw that against Saint Denis. He was just hitting him with the kitchen sink, and he just kept going round for round. And then, yeah, I just think that Randy Brown, much. I think he's had a lot more. He's got a lot of experience in the UFC himself, and you know, Zaleski. If you're counting on him to get a finish here, he hasn't gotten a finish, I believe, since 2019. So it's been a long time for this guy. Randy Brown, 6'3" height. He's gonna use that reach advantage, and he's got at least he's got dangerous kicks, but he's been winning these fights against guys who are going to like push the grappling on him. I think this one's gonna be a stand-up affair, and it favors Randy Brown if it stays standing, in my opinion. Randy Brown is gonna figure it out, and I think he gets it done here. Now, in terms of me picking a lock of the week, you know, I don't like chalky favorites for lock of the week. So I will say this is one of my least confident lock of the week picks, but I am picking Randy Brown here for my lock of the week for this for UFC 302 -180 straight bet, no parlay or anything like that. I am not that confident about it, but I think Randy Brown gets it done. I think it's a good bet. The odds are 1-1, so almost 2-1. I know he's like a -180, -185, something like that. But
I mean, it's not terrible. He's
I'm
still winning
betting,
out there.
yeah, I'm betting Randy Brown straight, and I think he gets it done. That's my lock of the week.
Let's go, man. Hope you. I mean, I'm picking him to win too. I just not as confident as you are because of Zaleski. Like this guy's tough Brazilian man. He's probably on the secret juice too, like Costa and those guys, like Ferreira, like bro Ferreira. God, that was crazy. Fernand Ferreira. But these guys are like something's in the water over there, bro. In Brazil,
Yeah,
it's gotta be
that's for
filled
sure.
with fucking secret juice out there.
Elysiu is
Many
37. He doesn't look 37 at all. It's
He
crazy.
looks like he's 34, bro. Like the way he fights, but he does seem to be slowing down just a bit, just a tiny
Yeah,
bit.
he is
You can
starting
see
to
it
for sure.
because he doesn't have the reaction time that he used to have back in the day. Because Renat, I mean, maybe he was worried about getting taken down against Renat Fakardino, which is why Renat just catches people with the overhand right. But
Yeah,
I feel like he's gonna slow down. He might look slow in this fight, but I think this goes over. You think it goes over, or you think Randy Brown's gonna catch him early and knock him on?
Randy Brown could win it by decision. He could also win it very early, though. I don't know. I don't know. It would be tough to bet props on this
I
one.
mean,
I think
he could drop him early. I don't know if he's gonna finish him. Like, you think he's gonna lock in a
yeah,
submission?
a submission is it's likely, but I don't know. I think I lean knockout more than submission. I think Elysiu is very good in the clinch, and Randy Brown should be aware of that. So I don't think Randy Brown should want to play in the clinch or in the grappling with Elysiu.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Randy Brown. Low confidence, but Chris is more confident than I am. The odds for this one are Zaleski +150, Randy Brown -180. The odds haven't moved much, bro. I mean, He opened at -155, and the odds haven't just been haven't passed over -200 because I think people respect Dos Santos a bit. Not a bad lock of the week. If you're picking a lock of the week that you're somewhat confident in on this card, you gotta go with someone
Yeah,
that's not
man.
chalky. Like
Someone that's not chalky. Exactly.
this is a tough card. It's better, a lot better than Jake Matthews. I mean, definitely like levels above Jake Matthews. If you're
Hell
gonna bet
yeah.
on either guy, you more like bet everything on Randy Brown than betting on Jake Matthews any day of the week. If I had to choose between
Yeah.
those two guys, I'd bet on Randy Brown. Yeah, this is a good matchup for him though. This is a good matchup for him. I feel like if he wins this fight, I mean they might give him someone ranked. I mean Gillespie's like always been close to the rankings, right? He's always been
Hmm.
right there.
Just outside the top 15. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I feel like it's gonna go over, but minus 270, 278 is kind of crazy for over because we've seen power from Randy Brown. He can definitely snipe these guys from the outside. He's got speed too. He's fast. Yeah, I mean if you're gonna bet on it, just money line, eh? But I feel like it's gonna go the distance. Decision for Brown. What's the decision for Brown? Minus plus 175. I don't know. Just money line it, I guess. I think just money line. That's probably the best way to go. We got Brulian MMA in the house. Let's got Brulian MMA in the house. Um, round three was 10-8 for Gillespie. Yeah, he should have finished him in that third round, bro. I don't. That referee gave Renat
Yeah.
every chance to recover. And I knew my bets were fucking. I knew it was over for my betting for my bets on Renat Fakardinov because that
I
body
think,
kick, bro. That body kick hurt him bad.
yeah, I think if you like Elysiu in this fight, this is one of those guys where plus 3.5
Yeah, it's not even bad.
is
Minus
a
one
good
forty.
play. I think it's a good play. I think it's a good play. If you're gonna play Elysiu in this fight, that's one of the bets I would target because
Li
he could win a
Jingliang
round.
actually has the power. Yeah, Li Jingliang is not terrible. I know we haven't seen the guy in a bit, but Li Jingliang's striking is actually okay. Hopefully he comes back, bro. I mean, wasn't he supposed to show up to the press conference for this sick ass suit, and then they just canceled the press conference for Li Jingliang? Bro, that's I know he was super hyped for that.
Yeah, I
Your
think he has
Jose
a
Aldo
call.
t-shirt, bro. That's fucking sick. I mean, Eclipse. I need to get me a Max Holloway t-shirt, or like maybe like a poster.
That's
I was
dope.
trying to
Yeah.
get that poster signed by all the fighters on 300, bro. Those are going for like crazy amount of money. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Brown also by decision. I think Brown should be the pick in this one. All right, next fight on the card is gonna be Nico Price taking on Alex Morono. Who you got in this one?
All right, man. Yeah. So these two they fought back in 2017, and Morono he looked good in that fight, man. If you watched it back, he caught him with a spinning back fist. He dropped Nico Price. I think the bell kind of did Nico Price a favor in that one because it just happened very late in the round in the first, and Morono was on his way to getting Nico Price out of there, and then in this it just Nico Price that forward pressure he had it at that time, and we're talking about 2017. Okay, he had that forward pressure at the time. He had that savage out of him and the grit. That's what Nico Price brings. But lately, man, double surgery. He's getting knocked out. He has not looked good. It's 2024 now, and Nico Price is just not the same. It's not the same guy. It's tough to pick him in any fight that he's in right now, honestly, man. And he's going up against Alex Morono, who he's going to close decisions with Joaquin Buckley. He's it's a close decision with Court McGee, but Court McGee, he's got grit. He's still, I think he beats Nico Price as well, but Alex Morono, he's good, man. I think he's gonna have a game plan for Nico Price. They fought in the past, and Nico Price has not really changed much of his game. He's just less aggressive, and that doesn't that's not good for a guy who's finished or be finished lately in his fights. So I favor Alex Morono here. I think he has more ways to get it done. Um, the outcome is unpredictable for me. I think Morono could get it done by submission. I think he can knock him out. Uh, just because he's shown that he's got all those tools. So Morono here is the pick, but I don't know how he gets it done. I think, but I don't see this fight going the distance. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm picking
So
him by KO. I think he's probably gonna KO. Price durability is leaving him at this point.
yeah,
Um,
man.
like I think I picked Robbie Lawler by TKO over him, but I didn't bet on it. I should have probably bet on it. I was like, a retirement fight. I don't know if he's gonna win because he's like, I think Nico Price was like minus 800 over Lawler. It's just crazy to think about it now.
Insane, dude.
But he just can't take a shot anymore, bro. He just got those punches weren't even crazy from Lawler. I mean, Lawler obviously has more power than Morono, but
Yeah,
yeah, I think
a
I
lot of
don't think
people are
Nico
saying
Price
it
is
looks
terrible.
scripted.
Huh? Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's scripted though. It just Nico Price looks terrible. I mean,
Yeah,
he just his
it does.
cardio, like he goes crazy in the first like round and a half. Then his cardio is not really there. Durability is not really there. I think Morono should win. I got Morono on like a long shot, not like a long shot, like a 4 leg parlay. I was gonna stay away from parlaying him, but this is a fight that he should not be losing. He should finish this fight, bro. You remember I had him as a lock over Court McGee, and I had him in a parlay, 2 unit parlay with Bob Mondes, and that was sweaty. That was sweaty as hell, bro. Holy shit, that was so
Yeah,
sweaty. I was not confident that he actually won the fight because I was like, maybe they're gonna give it to Court McGee. And
it was
I don't
close.
think Price gonna wrestle in this fight. Court McGee has actually got some good wrestling. I don't think Nico Price didn't wrestle. He's just a brawler. He just likes to brawl.
Yeah,
But one thing I'll say about Morono is his striking is good. He's got a good striking, but his chin is kind of like suspect. He could be
very
4-1. He could be 4-1 his last couple of fights. Yeah, that Buckley fight, it wasn't looking terrible in the first rounds in the Buckley fight. Then the Santiago fight, I mean, bro, Santiago fight, he was dominating Santiago Ponzinibbio.
yeah,
Then he gets hit with the
dominant.
overhand right and gets knocked out cold. Like that's the thing about Rono, and I feel like Price still has some power. So I wouldn't go crazy in Rono in your parlays. Don't parlay him. Don't put him in every parlay out there. You put him in one parlay. Uh, he should be all the way down in your parlays because
Yeah,
that chin is like questionable, and Price still has some power, even though he doesn't have a chin himself. It's probably gonna go under 2.5 rounds. I feel like it should go under 2.5 rounds. No, fight doesn't go this. I think that's better than under 2.5 rounds. Yeah, I think they moved this fight to the main card because I know it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be more exciting than Almeida versus Romanov fight. I feel like that's probably why they moved it to the main card. So I think this is Morono's opportunity to deliver and get this one back, right? Because he was like
yeah,
dominating Nico Price in that first fight, knocking him down over and over. Then he got clipped at the buzzer and got knocked out cold stiff. That was crazy, bro. I was like, I didn't know they fought in the past, right? Because Tapalzi didn't really have their fight up as a rematch.
right. As the last five.
You have to go
Oh, because
back.
the no contest.
Yeah, they because of weed, right? Because he got caught smoking
Yeah,
weed.
yeah,
They did the same thing to Nick Diaz back then, which is why we didn't see Nick Diaz in his prime for 4 years. That was bullshit.
yeah.
Yeah, I think Morono probably gets the KO. I'm gonna say like a second on TKO for Morono. He might get a club and sub, but I don't think Nico Price is really gonna be shooting takedowns on him. You think KO or you think you said KO too? Morono by KO?
Yeah, Morono by finish. He has more ways to get it done, but I think he knocks him out. Yeah, I think he knocks him out.
You said I hope Pick'em gets the inside info for that Puza Tomer fight. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna pick her to win, but I might pick her just because she's like a 2-1 underdog. I mean, she's a pretty big underdog, but she's actually fought some decent girls out there, right? She fought Stamp. And, like it's not like she's coming straight from India, where like they're fighting absolute some of the worst fighters. Like I wouldn't even call them fighters. Like she's actually fought some decent girls in ONE FC and stuff.
I still gotta watch tape. I'm not sure
Yeah, I gotta watch tape.
about.
I'm haven't watched tape on it. Course that I bet Dustin KO. Good luck on that cover.
There you
Morono is
go.
a boxer now. Yeah, Morono's always been a boxer. Doesn't throw a lot of kicks though. Nico Price was throwing a lot of head kicks in that first fight, right? Like you couldn't really catch him clean with the head kick, but he was spamming a lot of head kicks in that first fight. I advise people not to bet on this fight. I think fight doesn't go the distance probably solid. I only got
Yeah,
Morono on like one parlay. I think it's a risky one like parlay, like one parlay that I got him in. I was gonna pass on it. I was really gonna pass on it, but I was like, I don't know. He should. It's tough finding parlay pieces on this card, and I feel like Nico Price, though he's been looking out there, he's been looking terrible out there. I was like, this would be a good fight for Morono, and he's still out there winning fights. I mean, even though like they're kind of sweaty, but I don't think he has to worry about getting taken on in this fight. So this would be a stand-up fight, and he's gonna be quicker, way quicker. He's gonna be
yeah,
landing more volume. He's gonna be the better boxer. Yeah, Morono by just take him as a parlay piece. I feel like, but fight doesn't go this minus 190. You never know with Morono. Sometimes he doesn't really go for a finish if it doesn't come to him. Like if you don't shoot a takedown on him, like you might not get the submission, might not be able to get the KO. But I'm gonna pick KO. I think KO is probably likely, but it's plus 200. It's not even like something crazy. Probably because Nico Price has been he got knocked out in like 10 seconds right in that Lawler fight. Yeah, I'm gonna go by
yeah.
KO by KO too. He should be able to get the KO here. If you can't finish Nico Price at this point, bro, like I don't know. I think he's gonna look for a finish, right? Because he got KO'd by Nico Price in that first fight, so he's probably want to get that one back. All right, guys. Up next, we got Kevin the Trailblazer Holland taking on Mikhail Olakjachik. I think I nailed that name. Holy shit. I think I nailed it, bro.
Yeah,
Mikhail
yeah. You were
Olakjachik.
talking about a guy who doesn't. If you're talking about people who don't throw leg kicks,
Yeah,
Mikhail Shashek is
Mikhail
another one of
Olakjachik.
them.
Only boxing.
He's
He
another
doesn't know
one.
anything. Like he should be boxing overall. Like he could be making more money in boxing than fighting MMA.
Yeah, for
He's
sure.
actually got some nice hands and stuff. But he's soft as a body,
Thrown
bro. Like you can kick him
one
to the
leg
body
kick
here.
in 5 fights. In
One
his
leg kick
past
in
five
five
fights, he's only
fights.
thrown one leg kick.
He doesn't throw. Doesn't really. He's not really kick heavy out there. And Kevin Holland
Nah,
can
yeah.
kick, right? Even though he likes striking most, like boxing, he can throw some body kicks, leg kicks and stuff.
Mixes it up at least. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is a good spot for Kevin Holland, man. Mikhail is going to be live in the first round with the KO, but I don't really see him KOing Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland's actually been fighting some way better strikers than Mikhail Jijic out there. Mikhail
Yeah.
has that power, obviously, light heavyweight power. He's going to need to catch him early and put him out cold. Like he better like knock out Kevin Holland cold. Kevin Holland hasn't been knocked out like cold. He got TKO'd right via doctor stoppers in that Wonderboy fight, but we haven't really seen him
Yeah.
get TKO'd like legit TKO. I think this is a good spot for Kevin Holland. I'm gonna go Kevin Holland by submission. I've been picking submission. I got him in a couple of parlays. I think it's solid. Even though the line's not good, you don't want to probably. I don't know if you guys want to like. Some people don't want to trust him at minus 290, minus 250.
Yeah. And
I think it's solid. I think this is a good matchup for him. What do you think?
yeah, I think the line is getting a little bit out of hand considering, he's on a 2 fight losing streak. But it's Jack Della Maddalena and then what was his last one? MVP. So Mikhail Olashashek is not on those guys' levels, man. It's really two different worlds when it comes to MVP and Jack Della and then Mikhail Olashashek. And I think it's a huge highlight to the welterweight weight class. When as you go further down into the weight classes, the fighters are much faster, the fighters are much more technical, and it's because they have to be. And Holland coming from 170, I like that going up against a brawler, Mikhail Olashachek. Like I just said, only one leg kick in his past 5 fights. The dude is looking to get it done with his hands. And the more you see him in these fights in the UFC, the more predictable he becomes. And I think fighters at the highest caliber, like Kevin Holland, they're going to see that. They're going to see that in the tape. His coaches are going to see that in the tape. They know what to expect from Mikhail Oleksiejczuk at this point in his fights. And I think Kevin Holland gets it done here with a good game plan, mixes it up a lot more. He'll make it look a lot more convincing. to the judges if it goes that to the distance, but I don't see this fight going the distance, man. I think one of these two are getting finished, and I think Kevin Holland gets it done, man. I think it's a favorable matchup for him.
Yeah, I see him winning by probably like. I mean, if it goes for a takedown, I think the takedowns are really easy on Mikhail Olejic because this guy can't really
For sure.
grapple. He's got no cardio past the first round either. Like he doesn't really have a backup plan. Like he's got no grappling to fall back on. Like he's got boxing. I mean, he does have some power, so you better hope he catches Kevin Holland and knocks him out cold. 'Cause I don't think he's gonna win this fight past the first round. I don't think he's even gonna win the first round, to be honest. I think Holland's gonna be the way better striker from the outside.
Yeah, he
Like
could
I'm
be.
pretty confident Kevin Holland here, but he's
Yeah,
two
I'm
and
pretty.
four his last couple of fights. So if you're looking at it on paper, I mean, you're probably worried. But he's out there fighting guys like JDM. I actually bet on JDM at +105 in that spot. I bet on Michael and Page in that spot. So I'm like 4-1, 4-0 his last four fights. I think this is a good spot for Kevin Holland. And bro, I'm kicking myself for not betting Michel Pereira by submission. It was +650. I picked him by submission, and then I didn't bet on it. I should have known, bro. Like
Mm.
this guy, you can just when you hurt him, like he just doesn't, he just covers up, and you can get the submission off. He's tough. The Miko is tough, so it's probably gonna be hard getting a TKO. I think the submission is it's gonna be right there. But I wish
Yeah,
Kevin Holland, like if he knew that he's gonna grapple, I'd probably put more money on him, like by submission. I haven't bet him by submission. I bet him ITD, so he could be live for a KO. Doesn't really grapple a lot. If I knew this was gonna grapple, I'd probably load up on the submission. But the submission is
yeah.
gonna be right there if he hurts him to the body. Like the Miko is like soft to the body. I think submission
I
is a
bet.
good call.
I bet Michel Pereira round one against Ihor Potieria because he gave me that after watching that Macau fight. It gave me all the confidence I needed, man.
Yeah, that was a good. Yeah, Pateria, bro. Like Michelle Perez is a monster at fucking middleweight.
Yeah,
I want
dude.
to see Shura versus Michelle Pereira. I think that's a good matchup, right?
Yeah,
Sure,
but
Mole.
I think we both agree that Pereira deserves something a little bit better than that, like in the
Yeah, he
rankings
should
at
be
least.
fighting someone ranked. Yeah, maybe give him
Yeah.
Bo Nickel. Give him Bo Nickel. I
Oh, that would
think
be
it's smoke Bo Nickel. I think it's
that
smoke
would
Bo
be
Nickel in
something,
the
dude.
first round. Bo Nickel striking looked terrible, bro. So, like, his striking looked okay in that Woodburn fight. Then his striking looked terrible in that Cody Brandes fight.
Yeah, but
Larry said I
he
had
does what he
Lima earlier this week as the most confident, but he missed weight, so and confidence just decreased, and now I think that I'll take Holland for most confident pick. Um, Sometimes some of these fighters like they do it on purpose. I feel like. I mean, he could have probably made the weight if he wanted to, right? He's probably like this guy's taking this fight on short notice. He's gonna take this fight anyways, right? Because he wants to make it to the UFC. That's what he's probably thinking to himself, right? Lima. He's like, I'm just gonna miss weight, bro. Who gives a fuck? They're not gonna do anything about it. It's not like Reposo is gonna cancel this fight, right? He's not gonna like be like, oh, I'm not gonna fight you anymore because you missed weight. This is a Reposo's like he's the one getting the opportunity here, like big opportunity. Lima's already in the UFC race, so it's like I don't feel like Lima's like probably like he probably I don't know if he even had he probably tried cutting weight, then he's like fuck it, I'm not gonna cut weight anymore. I'm like yeah, obviously the weight cutting is not good, like missing weight is not good, but I feel like it's fine. I feel like he's gonna win. Of course, I'm a bet Lima and Holland Paul. I think that's solid. I think that's solid, but you might want to take someone that's more proven in the UFC. I think Lima. I got Lima and a half is in a parlay like last week. Let's go
Yeah,
DNC.
I got Lima, Brown, and Strickland in a parlay plus
I got
216.
Strickland. I just put Strickland in a parlay this evening.
Hmm.
We'll talk about that next fight, guys. Let's go next fight. Kevin Holland. What's the submission? I forgot about that. Kevin Holland now is minus 290. Not bad. I don't think it's that bad. You might get a better number live if in the first round because he does start slow sometimes. And Mikkel will have some success in the first round. I think he's gonna land some shots and maybe the line will you'll probably get a better number live on Kevin Holland in the first round because I think it's gonna be tough finishing Mikkel in the first round because it's pretty durable unless he's fighting Michel Pereira. But Kevin Holland is a slow starter. I think second on submission is probably more likely. I don't think this fight's gonna go the distance though. Yeah. Yeah, I don't. If you're gonna bet fights, you might as well bet Kevin Holland ITD. That's what I'm picking. Kevin Holland ITD. I bet it at -105. So there's some money coming in on Kevin Holland ITD. Paralympics is probably better. I think Paralympics. Mikkel is pretty tough. He doesn't get the submission out. I mean, you never know. It might go the distance, but I don't think it's that likely. All right, next fight on the card, we got the co-main event of the evening, man. Let's go. We got Sean Strickland taking on Paulo Costa, man, the juice man himself. Now, you guys know I'm picking Strickland as my lock of the week, man. I think he's gonna win. I think this is a good. This is the UFC doing Paulo Costa a favor, man. Does he even deserve this matchup? I don't think he does. Like this guy's,
Nah.
I don't think he deserves this matchup. I'll be honest. I mean, it's a good matchup. I'm glad it's 5 rounds, bro. I mean, if it was 3 rounds, I'd probably not pick Strickland as a lock in the 3 round
Yeah,
fight because Paulo Costa probably has more opportunity of winning a 3 round, even on the scorecards. But a 5 round
I'm
fight, I
glad
mean,
you say that.
yeah, I think 5 round fights definitely favors Strickland. Better cardio, better output. Um, been in more 5 round fights. The only fight Paulo Costa has gone 5 rounds, and it was that Murmatory fight. And he was getting outboxed by Murmatory on the feet. He was landing some nice body kicks. I mean, he wasn't really landing anything in the boxing other than that body kicks. He landed like a head
Yeah.
kick on Vittori though. Vittori is like pretty terrible though. Vittori doesn't have the striking defense that Strickland has. I'm confident Strickland. I like the. I already parlayed over 1.5 in this fight and the over 1.5 in that Matthews and Rowe fight like last week. I got that in a parlay. I also got Strickland in a parlay with the main event under 2.5 rounds. I think it goes. I think it goes over, and I think Strickland wins. I give people like a playable prop of Strickland because the money line is kind of like 2 to 1. Strickland to win in over 2.5 rounds. I think it goes over 2.5 rounds, and I think Strickland's gonna win -135. So who you got in this one?
Yeah, man, I agree with you. On and lock of the week is tough to pick right now. So I'm glad that you picked a guy who is not extremely chalky. So Sean Strickland, I agree with your whole breakdown, man. Paulo Costa is really tough to make the case that he deserves this fight. He lost to Robert Whitaker, and there was beef with Hamzat Chimaev and Costa. You could have made that fight and had Whitaker fight Sean Strickland, and it is what it is. Sometimes the UFC does things backwards. But Paulo Costa, he gets the number one contender. And I mean, if you beat Sean Strickland, who else do you got to beat for a title shot at that point? I think this is a really huge layup for Paulo Costa here that they're giving him. But I don't think he's going to get it done, man. I think he's going to fold. Um, I think Sean Strickland, he has gone up against some serious strikers lately. Drickus is a guy who had a lot of finishes prior to going into that fight with Sean Strickland. Talking about Jared Cannonier,
I think Cannonier has
Nasruddin
better striking than
Imavov.
Paulo Costa,
You know, yeah, like
and
the
Strickland
list
should have
of
won that
power
fight. I
punchers,
feel like that was a
right?
robbery. That was like kind of a
But like
robbery.
the list of power punches, the list of knockout threats that Sean Strickland has faced in his career, I think it's well enough to say that he gets it done here against Paulo Costa. Paulo Costa is going to be at a huge reach disadvantage, and Sean Strickland with that style, I think is going to cause a lot of problems for Paulo Costa unless Costa just goes for the kill, and he's gonna. That's really what you're asking yourself here in this fight: is can Costa knock out Strickland? He has a chance, but it's very slim in my opinion, and I think Strickland gets it done, man.
He's gonna need to catch him early. I feel like in the first like round and a half.
For sure. Yeah, he needs it. He needs it done first too, or Strickland's gonna. The strikes are gonna add up. The way he fights, it's gonna add up. His pressure, his style. We saw that against Drickus. He's improving how to have bigger moments. I mean, against Adesanya, he dropped him in that fight. He made it look very convincing, despite it going to a decision. He makes he's just starting to become more aware that he needs to have bigger moments, and I think that's what he's going to do in this fight as well.
Do you think Strickland can find a finish later? I mean, it's 5 round fight, right?
Yeah, I mean, Costa is the type to go out on his shield. So I don't know. He can find a finish though. If he does find a finish, it happens late for Strickland, and if there's a finish for Costa, it happens early. So we know that at least.
When the fight goes, this was like plus 150, plus 175 early in the week, and I got smashed by people. It's like plus 110 now.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
25
the
rounds, 25 minutes is a long time though.
plus five
Uh,
and a half is another uh bet for if you are liking Costa in this one. I think he can win a round for sure. Like if he does win a round, it would be one of those early ones. If you are favoring Costa in this fight, I think he can win a round for sure. So plus five and a half if you are on the Costa side. But I am leaning Strickland here, and I think lock of the week is a good pick for your boy Pick'em. Shout out to Pick'em for
let's
that
go,
lock of the
man.
week.
I was gonna go with the underdog pick, Cesar Almeida, but I was like, I don't know. He's not even the underdog anymore. It's like I'm not gonna pick him as a favorite with only 5 fights in
Yeah,
UFC as a lock.
tough.
So yeah, I missed. We only missed one lock of the week in the last six. I think it was Nicolau, who's got no chin. Hopefully, like Strickland. I don't think Strickland is chinny though. I don't think Strickland is chinny. I know he's got knocked
No,
he got out by Gillespie, right, with the hook kick. I mean, a lot of
yeah,
people can get knocked out with the hook kick.
he got knocked out by
Yeah,
Pereira, but
Perez is
that's
a different.
Pereira, man. That's
Perez
yeah,
is a
that's
different beast, bro. Shama.
he doesn't belong at 185. Pereira is just I don't know how he fought at 185, man. That was insane.
I mean, he's cutting a ton of weight. I think he was cutting like 40 pounds to make 185. He looks a lot
Insane.
better at 205. I'm glad Perez fighting at 205, and now he's not. Like, hope he never fights at 185. Even though he could be double champion, like together, I feel like he could defend at 185 and 205 at the same time. I feel like he beats these guys like Duplessis beats he already beats Strickland. I mean, like he could be double champion right now if he wants again, right? Like I think he beats Duplessis
Yeah,
easy. You think Duplessis can take him down?
man. I think Duplessis. Yeah, man. I think he's gonna be getting only better with the fights that he's getting into. Drickus, I'm not ready to call it quits on Drickus's run just yet. I think he beats Adesanya in Australia or wherever, and then he gets it done again if he fights Strickland. Honestly, man.
I would pick Per on that one. I wouldn't even think twice about it. I mean,
Oh, if he fought Pereira,
I picked Duplessis over
I
Strickland.
thought
That
you
was
were
a really
I thought you
close
were
fight.
talking about Strickland. I,
No,
Pereira
I was
versus
talking about
Drickus.
Dracus versus Per. Yeah.
Oh nah, yeah, I gotta pick Pereira in that for sure. Yeah, that's different.
Let my best bet is fight goes a distance in this fight for sure. Yeah, it's not a bad bet. It's a good best bet. Bob said to pick him, add some heat to that Strickland lock, bro. What heat do you want me to add? This isn't. I mean, this is like plus 150. I think that's what I was thinking about. But 5 rounds is a long time, bro. He might break Paulo Costa with the pressure, but Strickland's not really like known for the power. Unless Costa quits, I mean, that's the only way I've seen finishing Paulo Costa. Costa just quits like Abus. Abus is a fucking can though. Like I'm still pissed off that Abus couldn't finish Worley, bro. Like that was so frustrating. Like how
That
do you
was
not
tough
finish
to watch.
Worley? He just wrestled Worley for 3 rounds.
That was tough to watch. Yeah,
It was pretty boring too.
just like
Yeah,
this
we're
main
gonna go.
event's about to be
Yeah,
for all
it's
you
gonna be fun.
Dustin Poirier fans.
You watched the
I
press
feel
conference, bro.
bad, man.
The press conference was crazy, right? They were going back and forth in the press conference.
Yeah, I mean, not a guy you want to make upset. I think honestly, man,
Let's
you
talk
don't want to
about.
give Islam more motivation.
He called him mother effer, right? Mother effer.
Yeah,
And you can't call these Dagestani mother effer because they don't understand the slang, right? Like over there, it means literally like your mother effer. Like you call these guys mother effers.
yeah, and he's too cultured. He's too religious.
And
Not a
Dustin
guy.
was he was apologizing later. Right? He was like, "Oh, my bad, bro." I don't know if he
Yeah.
said that, but I think he was like,
Nah, he said I respect you or some shit like that.
"Yeah." So who you taking this one? You can start the breakdown if you want.
Dude, number one, pound for pound, hasn't lost a fight since 2015. 4 finishes in his last 5. He subs Dan Hooker in the first. He subs Charles Oliveira, the guy with the most submission wins in the UFC. Charles Oliveira subs him in the second. Head kick finish Volkanovski in the first round. I think we're seeing this guy right now like at his prime, and I'm not questioning it. It's not more about Dustin Poirier. It's just more about Islam Makhachev. I think we are seeing him at his prime. It's tough to pick against him in any fight that he's in right now. When you look at these guys that are behind him, and Islam Makhachev is going to be the pick for me. It's going to be tough to dethrone him. Dustin Poirier. I mean, everyone that these two have fought when it comes to matchups, similar matchups, Dustin's had a hard time, real hard time. And,
Mostly wrestlers, guys that can take him down and control.
yeah. And it's because, like you said, they're wrestlers. They can mix it up on him. Dustin Poirier has not done well with that. He got taken down 7 times against Khabib. He got taken down by Chandler. He got taken down by Benoit Saint Denis. Man, credit to him getting it done in that one for sure. But it was not looking good for him in that first. And if
What
he
do you think about
has
the staff direction? Staff direction. Islam has staff, right?
yeah. If he has a similar fight like that, though, if he comes out in that first round the way he fought Benoit Saint Denis, we could see Islam Makhachev get it done in round 1 here. And I think that's actually a really good bet if you are targeting this main event, because I mean the line is gone for Islam Makhachev, but Islam, I think round 1 is like plus 275 or something like that. And then I wrote down here Islam round 2. I know for certain it's plus 350 last time I checked. And round 3, which is the round where Oliveira got Dustin Poirier out of there, um, plus 650 for Islam Makhachev on round 3. So I think if you are targeting the main event, if you're trying to bet it, I would go with the round props. They got some good odds on the round props for the number 1 pound for pound right now. And I think he stays number 1 pound for pound. I think he stays lightweight champion this weekend.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's beating Islam anytime soon. Poirier, I mean,
Exactly.
it's a fighter. So I mean, if you can catch him with something, if he's Makhachev doesn't, he's got some of the best timing on his takedown. So it's not even like Poirier can time like a right overhand right when he's shooting a takedown. It's not like Makhachev's shooting desperate takedowns. He'll strike with you, he'll make you think he's gonna strike with you for a bit, then he'll shoot a takedown. His
Yeah.
timing on the takedowns are beautiful, bro. I mean, if you like what grappling, if you like watching wrestling, like his timing on the
Dude.
takedowns are actually better than Habib. Habib like shoots like
Yeah.
from kind of from far away. Like Makhachev's like he's got some of the best timing on the takedowns, and his grappling, bro, top control, like his top control is like similar to Habib, but his submission game is better than Habib. Though I feel like if you think, I actually feel like he's got better submission than Habib. Like the way he has, um, like jiu-jitsu is better than Habib. Though I feel like Habib has like I feel like he's more of a grappler heavy like fighter than Islam. Islam's like fine striking. He might entertain the striking in this fight. I feel like he could strike with Dustin Poirier on the feet. It's not like I don't think it's a washout on the feet.
No.
He's actually got some of the best striking defense out there. Before that, Volkanovski's first fight, I think his striking defense was like best in the UFC overall. He's only
Yeah.
absorbing like 1.27 strikes per minute, bro. That's like some of the lowest numbers I've seen.
And he
He's got over
barely
like
fights.
he's on a 13-5 win streak right now, bro. So like, if you're gonna parlay anyone at minus 600, it's got to be Makhachev on this card. Take him over a guy like Dawson and these other guys. Like, if anyone deserves to be minus 600, it is Makhachev because this guy can do it all.
Right.
Like, he can grapple, he can strike. I mean, we've seen power from him. And
Right.
then, I mean, that Oliveira fight, striking was like looking kind of weird because he was like blitzing in and out. Um, but his striking is actually improving. That Volkanovski fight, he's more comfortable on the feet. Poirier, bro, I might do a live bet on Poirier for fun, but I don't think he's winning this fight. I might do like something by KO for fun on the live stream on the live
I
companion,
I
just to get
actually
a push
don't
on
like
that.
the knockout prop, man. I don't
Yeah,
know if I'm
yeah.
weird, but I let me just hear me out. Makhachev only fights twice a year. Every time that he does fight, he's very durable because of that. like you just said, he only absorbs like 1 point something shots per minute. I mean, dude, he's only been knocked out in that one loss. His first fight in the UFC.
What was
People
it?
act like he won
Pentosa?
him.
Okay, that's Pentosa, right?
Yeah,
Pentosa knocked him out.
everyone says that guy's Pantoja. I don't know what's the theme with that.
I think just
I
because he
don't.
looks like
I'm not a.
Pentosa.
Oh, that's what it is. But yeah, dude,
I'm not
I
really
just
sure.
think, I just think you get better, man. Like you get better from your losses, man. I think he learned, and that's his only loss. His and you know, don't. I'm not gonna harp on one knockout loss and say that the guy can get knocked out by anyone. I think he's very durable because he only fights twice a year and he picks when he wants to fight. All of these things, man. He
I
wouldn't,
know he
you
wasn't,
know,
bro. Osman was actually out striking. Wasn't he out striking Volkanovski? He just the only reason he landed more volume on the in that fight was because he was ground and pounding him in the fifth round. But
right.
Islam was actually landing the better shots in that first fight too, wasn't he? Like he was countering him pretty well.
Yeah. Some people saw it 4-1 in that first fight, man.
I think it was
John
like
Anik,
3-2, three
John Anik
two
was
Islam.
there. He saw it 4-1. So, I mean, I didn't see it 4-1. I thought it was 3-2, but I thought Islam got it done. Watching it the first time I thought it was close, but watching it a second time, I didn't think it was that close. I thought Islam
Volkov
got it
also has better takedown defense than Poirier. Like also Poirier gives up his back way too easy, bro. Like this guy just every time he's getting up to his feet, he'll give up his back. You want to give up your back to someone like Makhachev. Pop said,
done.
okay, enough fight talk. Let's talk cake. I mean, we'll talk about cake tomorrow, bro. I don't think Volkanovski outstruck him. I mean, on the stats, I mean, sure he did, but if you're watching the fight without looking at the stats, I mean, I think Islam was actually landing the better shots on the feet. He was actually like hurting him on the feet.
Yeah,
Obviously,
I
like
agree.
he shot it. I don't even know if he knocked him. Did he knock him down in that fight, the Volkanovski? Was that a knockdown? I think that was a knockdown, right? Fifth round. Islam was really tired in that fight. That might have been a knockdown.
I'm not sure.
Are you gonna
I
go
think they
submission?
ruled it a
You think he gets a
knockdown.
submission, or you think he gets a KO in this fight?
I mean, he's saying that he wants to get a guillotine on Dustin. It's funny enough that he's saying that, but man, yeah, I think he gets it done by submission. I think he gets it done by. I think he's not gonna play with his food. I don't think he's gonna try to stand and box with a guy who is good at boxing. These
Habib's
guys,
also in his corner, right?
they have a good strategy. They always have a good strategy, and he's gonna stick to the game plan here and get it done by submission.
I'm not saying it's impossible, bro. I mean, it's a MMA fight. I mean, if he catches him clean, he's gonna knock him out. I mean, like we're all human at the end, bro. It doesn't matter how good you are. If he lands a clean shot, you
Yeah,
can put him down, put him
I mean
on.
every fight's
But if we're
50-50,
talking
right?
about like skill wise, who's better? Like it's definitely Makhachev. That's why he's like minus 600 right now.
Right.
Shivan thinks BKFC is sus as fuck. I'm not gonna watch, bro. I'm not watching the BKFC cards. Like the only BKFC cards that I watch is Mike Perry card. Like that's the only BKFC card that I'll uh, like watch. Because those fights are worth watching. I mean, you can make some money betting on BKFC. I don't know fuck about BKFC. I don't know anything about BKFC though. The fights are pretty terrible. The prelims are pretty terrible in BKFC though. Some low level fights. I said nah, bro. Islam striking was on the ground. Um, On the feet, I mean, he won the first couple rounds on the feet of striking. Wasn't he like winning the first couple rounds? He was mixing in takedowns, obviously. Yeah, yeah. Volkanovski's. I feel like Volkanovski has got more speed than Poirier, though. Obviously, doesn't have the power.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the range distance management that Volkanovski has. I mean, Poirier is like a more of a brawler. He likes fighting in the pocket. He's like really good in the pocket. So if Makhachev starts slinging in the pocket with him, he might get caught. You never know. But I think yeah, Makachev's not losing this fight though, bro. If Makhachev loses this fight, I'm like I don't even have that much money on Makhachev. I got the under 2.5 rounds, under 3.5 rounds, and parlays under 4.5 rounds. I think we're gonna see a finish here. You think this is gonna go past the first rounds?
Yeah. I mean, it could for sure. These two, I mean, they're very proven guys. So
I think
for
Makhachev
sure.
probably gonna finish in the first rounds. I
I
think
think
should finish.
the round props are good bets, man. In these in this main event, for sure.
The way I mean Poirier's the way he's been fighting out there, the way Makhachev's been fighting out there. I think they're gonna go for it, man. This is the main event. I mean, this is a big card.
Yeah,
I think Poirier's gonna go for it. If he can't get an early knockout, I think Makhachev's probably gonna submit him late second on. I'm gonna say like a late second on submission.
yeah. And
All right, guys. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
think Poirier needs to land something to earn Islam's respect as well. He's gonna try to land something early. He's gonna try to be aggressive.
I think
And
Islam's
I
gonna
don't know.
strike with him for a couple minutes and shoot a takedown offer.
Yeah,
That's the way Makhachev is gonna. I feel
he's
like that's
gonna
what he's
have
gonna
Khabib
do.
screaming.
Yeah, Khabib's gonna be in his corner. Yeah, he's not losing with Khabib in his corner. He did lose that second fight, his first fight against Pantoja already. I think Khabib was so
Yeah,
pissed off. I don't know if you've seen his reaction.
yeah.
Bro, if he loses with Habib in his corner, bro, like I think that legacy is
Oh,
gonna
that'd
be
be
fucking
crazy.
tarnished forever. That'd be crazy though. We all want to see shit like that happen, right? Like I want to see
Everybody
something
wants
like that
Poirier
happen.
to win this weekend, man. I mean, I'm
I'm
rooting
okay
for
with
him.
Islam winning. I mean, we're all rooting for Poirier, but probably not that likely.
I'm okay with Islam winning too, though. I think the story is written very well for him to be a legend in the sport, dude. For real.
Yeah, Tyson, bro, striking on the ground. You know, B said, Dean said, yeah, dude called him out on air. Bob announcer. Okay, I need said the first fight was super close. Yeah, I mean, the only reason I feel like that fight seemed really close because that fifth round, in that first like 3 rounds, I mean, I think Islam won the first couple rounds. It was like 3-2, 3-2. I feel like I think the judges got it right, but
Hmm.
the reason it seemed like close was because like Volkanovski he kept getting back up. I mean, Islam couldn't really control him on the ground, right? Like he was
Yeah.
controlling him for a bit. I mean, wasn't really able to look for submission or ground and pound on the ground. And it's like Volkanovski's a fucking this guy's a fucking tank, bro. He's like short, stocky, and just tough getting competition on a guy like that. And Volkanovski was in full camp for that one too, right?
Yeah, I
This is
think
also
the
like
first
a
one.
quick turner for Dustin Poirier, right? Wasn't he? He was just in a fight with Beno Santoni like a couple months ago. This is like it's kind of a quick turnaround. I feel like.
I think so. But he's one of those guys who likes to fight often. But
Yeah, for sure. Let's do a parlay, guys. Give me your parlays that you'd like on this card.
I placed this parlay a few days ago. Andre Lima, Randy Brown, and Sean Strickland. I got it plus 216. I don't know what the line is for it now. Probably
Randy
different.
Brown and who else?
Strickland.
Strickland. That's solid, bro. That's solid. Plus 192, still super solid. The
Yeah,
parlays that I
man.
like on this card, I got like a couple of I'm not playing any straight money in plays. You can't really make any money betting the straight money in plays on this card unless you're
Yeah.
like taking some big shots on underdogs that you like. I got a couple of parlays. I got a parlay with DraftKings 25% boost, and that's the one under 3.5 rounds in this one. I think this one goes under. Kevin Holland, Gell Almeida, and what was the third leg? I think it was. Oh, I can't even. Let me see if I gotta look it up. I already forgot what it was. Let me look it up right now. It was like I got like 2 4 leg parlays on the card, and I got like a couple 2 leg parlays. I feel like most of the favorites are probably gonna win this fight. It's gonna be like UFC 301. Yeah, it was half his. Yeah, it was half his money line. So plus 197. That's not bad,
Oh,
right? That's not
it's not
bad.
bad at all.
Or like I
It's not
mean,
bad at all, dude. That's great.
let's do a lottery parlay. We always do lottery parlays. We're so close to hitting
Yeah.
that lottery parlay on UFC 301, right?
Dude, super close, man. I think gotta throw Basso Hafez in there. I was
Yeah,
pretty
Dawson half
confident in
his
him. And Jalton Almeida.
made
Like as far as confident picks. Well, I like Randy Brown for sure. I know you like Strickland, so we got to throw them both in there.
Strickland, yeah, I like Strickland. Let's go with the. I mean, we'll. I mean, we'll go with the Makhachev. You're not really getting much juice there. Under 2.5 rounds. I mean, I feel like it's gonna go under. I guess might as well take Makhachev by finish, right? I think that's probably better.
Yeah.
Taking Makhachev by finish. ITD plus minus 300. That's crazy though. And then we got Kevin Holland in there.
Okay.
Kevin Holland in there plus 539, and go with the over in this one. Over 1.5 rounds. Okay, that's solid. I mean, that could cash. The most like parlays, longest parlay that I play are like 4-leg parlays. I mean, normally I keep mine to like 2-leg parlays. I got a couple of like 2-leg parlays that I like on this card. Strickland moneyline and what was it? I think Strickland moneyline and under 2.5 rounds in this one. That's solid. Plus 118 for 2-leg parlay. Playing that. Yeah, I like a couple of parlays on this card. Props that I like. What's the props that you like on this card? Like a good money line prop. Not money line, I mean good prop value wise.
Matthews by decision. Jake Matthews by decision was like a plus 150. I don't know what it is now.
I think still plus 150, yeah. Still
yeah,
should be plus.
I think that's a good one.
Matthews by decision.
And
plus 150,
I
yeah.
think Islam, the round props on Islam are good as well.
His round 1, round 2 is like minus 135, so they're really expecting like a first finish in the first rounds. I think you gotta go with like a method of victory in that one to like get some juice, because
right. If you want to get some more,
yeah. I like Halfz by TKO. I think that could cash. TKO plus.
Oh, and Lima by submission. I think it's plus 500. So I think I like that one as well.
Where's the TKO? What's Halfz by first round TKO plus 1800, bro? Holy shit! Not third round. I was like, if it was first round, I was like, no way. What's the first round? First round submission is plus 500. Just taken by TKO. It's actually plus 275. Not bad. All right. So you like Lima by submission?
Yeah.
Lima by submission. So what's the submission? Is it plus 500?
When I saw it.
It should be even more, right? Because he's never had a win by submission before. Lima by submission.
I don't think so.
You never know. He might get his first submission because Reposo has pretty terrible submission defense. Lima by submission. I can't find it. I can't find it on here. Where is it? There it is. You know, plus 700. Not bad. That's actually really good.
Oh, it moved even more.
Yeah, it's actually really solid. All right, guys, go check out our FightRealm. Make sure you guys go sub to the channel, man. We did a 2-hour show, a little bit longer than 2 hours, but let's go, guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Those are full card breakdowns. I mean, all bets and parlays and stuff that we all like.
Yeah, man.
Let's go, man. Let's
Thanks.
Go.
Thanks, Pick'em, for having me. Yo, shout out to the chat. Shout out to the new subs, man.
Let's go, guys.
Shout out to Pick'em. Sub to Pick'em's channel, man. He's gonna and tune into his fight companion tomorrow. I know you're gonna be live tomorrow as
Hopefully
well.
we get a lot of finishes. I don't want to be on there for like fucking 7 hours.
Yeah, man. Hopefully, man. All right.
All right, guys. Make sure you go sub to the channel. Get him to 300 now. We can get him to like over close to 300 almost. How long till the fight start? It's gonna be starting tomorrow, bro. 6 p.m. Eastern time. So like less than 24 hours now. Like 20 hours. I mean, less than 20 hours now.
Nice.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys, bro. I appreciate you guys, man. Let's go. We're gonna end the stream now. Take it easy, guys. Take it easy now.
Peace out.
Hope you guys have a good night. Sleep tight, man. We got a big night tomorrow.